Well, well, well. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be a real good one because I'm all ears. I love to tell people I don't know everything, but I know a lot. I don't know everything, but I know a lot. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. This is the Painful Excellence podcast. Let's see who we got in the building. Dr. Mark, I sent you the link on your email, brother. Shauna, how are you? Stop playing with people. Love is the word. Salute, sis. Rod Neal, my brother. King Corleone. Schneider, what's good? Queen, yeah. I forgot. Are you on the gram? Let me know. I got to get your email. I'll drop you this link. Shower, salute. The Village Brother. My brother LeBron, man. Let me know if you want a link. Because I'm all ears, man. I'm all ears. JC, my brother, let me know if you want a link. Let me know. You know, there's a lot of testosterone up here on these panels, man. We need women to check in and need to, get y'all opinion on things. You know what I'm saying? You know, if I'm wrong on something, if you feel I'm wrong on something, let me know. So we can have a conversation. So what we're going to talk about right now is this picture. This is dun 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 502 King salute. This is the Black family. There's nobody ratchet. You see the OGs in the middle, or the OG in the middle. Uncles, brothers, nieces, nephews, daughters. Okay, let me do that for you. I'm gonna pull that up right now. I'm about to send her a link. Give me 1 second, family. There we go. You know what? I just sent it to you on the gram. Same thing. You can just open it up from right there. Joseph, my brother, salute. Anthony Bolton, salute. Oh, no doubt. No doubt, LeBron. No doubt. So, I gotta reiterate, man. The play was to destroy the Black family. And they're still hard at work, but the trickle-down effect, the thing that always happens, like in the movies where, it's like, all right, we're gonna release this virus and it's only gonna attack this people in this town. And what always happens? That one motherfucker in the town gets in a car, drives somewhere, and he sneezes. Next thing you know, it's all over the world. What they tried to do to the Black family, it actually worked. But it's also affect every other family in America. And you find that white men are going through the same crap with this feminism that Black men are going through. It's not only us. You know what I mean? So the title of today's show is The Black Family. We got to identify the new issues and discuss possible solutions. And what are these new issues? I'll tell you. Some of these new issues are things that my generation and the younger generation can identify with, but a lot of us aren't too keen on it. We don't know certain things. Social media, y'all. I just watched a not like a documentary, but it was like a medical review Um, these young ladies, right? They had Combat Tool Bag, Idiot Sports Talk, Woke, Jason Williams, salute. There was there's a clinical term for this thing. And I forget what they call it. No. It's a term that they use on TikTok. And there's a thing going on where these girls, they're young girls, and they're crying and they're looking for sympathy in the form of likes. And that gives them some sort of gratification. And I'm like, that is weird. But then the doctors are getting a hold of it and they're saying, no, where they're getting this, when they're acting like this for likes, it really turns into something bad. Where they're fake depressing, where they appear to be depressed and it's fake. After a while, when you don't get the amount of likes that you want, it turns real. It's like you talked yourself into some crap. And so it's a lot of these girls doing this. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. They're in competition for likes from people they don't know. Hold on, my brother 502 King said, try to get my girl to come on the show because she said we've been too hard on women and too emotional like women. So we really need to get through to her. She's not holding women accountable. Well, tell her to come on the show. We could talk. This is not, this is not bullying. If she feels we're being too rough on her, I would like for her to come on and explain how we being too rough on the ladies. I don't think so. Was she listening with rough on the men? What I wanted to do tonight, and I'm glad Queen is here. Oh, no doubt, LeBron. No doubt. I appreciate that. JC, my brother. What I wanted to do a little exercise today, 502 King, and I hope your ladies listening. What I wanted to do today is a little exercise. I want to point out everything that men, and I'm just going to speak on black men, what men do, and I'm not going to say we, because I don't represent that 16%, but there's a big old magnifying glass on the 16%. I hold them motherfuckers accountable because they don't hold themselves. And what I wanted to do an exercise on what those dudes do wrong, and I wanted Queen to voice what those women who are not her, what they do wrong. You understand? And then I want to talk about, once we figure out everything that's going on and where could it be possibly coming from. I was just now talking about social media. I want to talk about possible solutions. I was always going to go here and do this show because it's pointless talking about problems without solutions. But I will admit, I'm kind of stumped. Queen, salute. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Excellent, man. So, I was talking about social media and how these younger, but not even younger girls. These are women of all races, cultures, and creeds, looking for sympathy, crying online every 5 minutes, just for those heart likes, and it's really taking a toll on them mentally. I firmly believe that this is applying also to the black family, because everybody is people are mistaking. I just said it on Trail a little while ago in a super chat. I said that people are mistaking social media for therapy, and not everybody on here is your friend just because they like something you said. Not everybody on here is your friend. You really need to go to a goddamn professional. You understand? And every time I turn around on TikTok, I'm not on TikTok, but I'm seeing these videos of these angry women just obliterating black men. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is not every black man. Where are they meeting these dudes? And it's like, why is the 16%? Why do they get all the shine? Stormy, salute. So I want to talk about the 16%, and I want you, Queen, to take it where you want to go with what you see going on the female side. So I'm just gonna be all over the place with the 16% because there's so much. First of all, the 16% are immature and insecure, which is why they prove their manhood by sleeping around irresponsibly. That's number one. Queen, what you got on that?
Well, I think that as far as why women like the 16% is because I don't know, they like who they like it whoever everybody else likes, if that makes any sense.
No, it does. It does.
So for instance, what's his name? What's his name? He got all the kids. Not Mariah Carey's ex-husband, the other dude, Future.
Future, yeah.
Okay, so I can only speak for myself, but nothing attractive about him at all. But you know, he's but women like him for some reason. So, you know, and mainly because other people like him. So he has value. Because if other stars or whatever find him attractive, then women will, then he can look like whatever. If other women want him, then he automatically, he automatically has some kind of value.
Do these women, well, I've never seen or heard, or I don't even know, I should have researched this. Has any of these women, his baby mamas, have they ever spoken up in a negative manner on this man?
I don't know, because I don't listen to him. I never really heard of him until now. It doesn't seem like it.
Because I'm wondering, when women pursue, because listen, I grew up with a bunch of guys that subscribe to that definition, the 16%. I'm trying to figure out why certain women believe that when they come across a man like that, do they expect him to stop what he's doing to be loyal to them? What is that about?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think that they don't care.
Yeah, I think because who's this other rapper that I saw? He got like all his baby mamas. He trying to get a TV show deal. I saw it on Instagram.
It's not Nick Cannon, is it?
No, not Nick Cannon. This is rapper dude. I mean, he is so country. I don't understand a word he's saying. But he got this a small video, and he got all his baby mamas there, and there's like 12 of them. I couldn't believe it, man. And I guess his house is in order. I don't think any of them are fighting amongst each other. But I'm trying to understand. okay, I'm trying my best not to judge because they weren't on camera fighting. So if that works for them, I mean, who are we to judge? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I
But
think in the case of whoever this guy is, those women are not celebrities.
yeah,
They're probably just Instagram chicks. If they're just regular women, Instagram chicks, whatever, not celebrities, then they don't care because a kid from him gives them status.
right.
And as long as they're getting their whatever child support a month, and some of those chicks, they're trying to get a meal ticket, which would be a child.
True.
When I was in high school, a long time ago, I went to school with a girl that got pregnant. Basically, put it on the guy that had the job, and not the real guy. And if you remember, I can't remember the football player that tried to kill the baby's mother. It was what's the guy's name? Ray. He played for. What was it?
You ain't talking about Ray Lewis, right?
Yeah. Then he tried to kill the baby's mama, but he killed her. But the guy.
Got away with
it. Yeah, and then the baby turned out to be disabled.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to pay.
Ray Caruth.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, he didn't want to pay the child support, and now he's paying the child support anyway. And now he's probably paying longer because the child ended up being disabled, whereas he could have been off the hook after 18 years.
My God.
Gosh, man.
My God.
Yeah, that's such a job.
So it's So you got the 16%. Now, mind you, family, 16%. Playboy players, I see you. Mind you, the 16%, they could be millionaires. The 16% is a thought process. You understand? Or how they view the world. Now, guys like Future and guys like Nick Cannon. I just saw a video of this other grown man. He's in his 80s. Why that man got 36 children?
Well, you said he's in his 80s, so I mean,
Yeah.
What era did he come up in?
Yeah, but here's the thing, and you're right, because the eras are different. But here's the thing.
Is he from the South? Mississippi?
Nah, he actually,
somewhere?
I think if I remember correctly, he sounded like a yardie. He sounded like a yardie. I could be wrong. I gotta go listen to it again. But these women, it seems that they know this about this man going in. He didn't hide it. Now, if it's all peace with him and all of those women, then who am I to judge? But here's the problem. My concern is the household. You could know all your kids. That's fine. The mothers could be at peace. They, not fighting amongst each other. I've never heard of Bob Marley's baby mamas fighting with each other. They had an understanding. But what I'm concerned about is that household is broken. He's not in a house with 36 kids and however baby mothers. He's not married that I know about. But goddamn. You understand what I'm saying? Now,
Yeah, he's a pookie.
Yeah,
And
is that household broken? 36 kids. I don't know who he's staying with or who's staying with him, who sees him the most. But is that household broken? Like Nick Cannon, is his household broken? Future, is his household broken?
I think so.
Yeah, that's a lot, especially being that those guys are in the public limelight, they're in the eye. So when those kids get older, they're not going to have their own, identity. You will forever be, you're one of Nick Cannon's 10 kids. You're one of them. How's life? And it's like, whoa, I just want to grow up and be a child. I want to be a child, and I want to have my own shit. I want to be, I got 9 other siblings. You know what I'm saying? But is the household broken? Now, you got it on a level like Future, Nick Cannon. They can afford to do shit like that, I guess. What about?
Well,
Go ahead.
I don't know. I guess if you think about it, it could be kind of like a step parent situation where the mother, the child predominantly lives with the mother, and they have brothers and sisters everywhere. The difference is he can afford the child support.
Yeah.
Because he's with whoever he's with, and those mothers, they just wherever they are. It doesn't say that they didn't. They're just baby's moms. They may have husbands or boyfriends or whatever.
Right.
I don't know if he's still. I don't think he's carrying on with them still, or he might be. But
I would say
probably
yes.
not. You think so?
Yeah, I would say yes, because
like it's a big commune or something?
I would say he makes his rounds and they just do what they do.
Now
What is he?
that's crazy, right?
And see, that's insanity in itself. Those women really don't think that they made a mistake, and he's just procreating. That's just who he is. But my thing is this: what are you teaching those kids? Now, it might be normal for him, but in this atmosphere, what I'm saying is we don't need that. That's why I denounced the 16% before I could ignore them. And it's like, it would make sense that 84% of us are legitimate. The 16% is the minority, but they're getting all the shine. The 16% are responsible for 90% of these births out of wedlock. So there's 2 problems. It's the 16% and the women that are procreating with the 16%. Now, Nick Cannon and Future, they can afford that shit. But there are regular dudes with regular jobs. Yo, you ever knew that dude that couldn't keep a real job because he was running from child support? He always worked off the books.
Yeah, that was my uncle.
Oh, man. It's like, yo, I can't identify with that.
Brother.
Man, I told one of my boys, I said, at the time, I said, bro, we in our 30s. You can't keep doing this. You're supposed to be like having some money put away for like your retirement plan in the next 15 years. You can't get a real job. He said, as soon as I get a real job on the books, they're going to take my money. 4 kids, 4 different women. And God knows what else he's done since then. This is ridiculous. See, that's irresponsible on him. And in that aspect, we all used to tell him, don't sit in here when we're talking about how good our lives are. Don't sit up here talking about how you hate your baby mamas. No, we don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear it. You did that, nigga. You did that. That's your fault. She ain't shit, but you kept going to the house. The other one ain't shit. You kept going to the house. One of those women, he got into a fist fight with her ex. They beat each other half to death. Still knocked her up. This is insane.
Yeah, it is. I would think in the case of my great uncle, because it was my grandmother's brother. His excuse is he was never married to any of them, so it's not like he was there. He's just a dude, just going from women to one, and if they get pregnant, whatever. But he, after a while, he had, I don't know how many kids he had, but it was over 18. And a lot of them, he was living with his sister because he didn't want to own anything. Just because, if he owned anything, it could be taken in, child support, it was in arrears. And when she died, my aunt that he was living with, a lot of those kids were meeting each other for the first time at the funeral.
Oh, man.
So, I don't know. It was dysfunction.
It's very dysfunctional. I got this article up here I found. I want to read it to you. It was written, this is back in 2015. And there's that magical year, 1965. Let me read this because, all right, so we can agree that the 16% ain't shit. And the women that choose to deal with them are making it hard for the black family. So we can agree on that.
Yeah, we can agree on that.
Yeah. Let me read this article right here. It says the black family in 1965 and today. This was back in 2015. Poor black neighborhoods are not, what's that word? Unassisted. Damn, my eyes are bad. I need those glasses for this screen sometimes. Unassisted creation of poor black people, but largely malignant result of factors beyond their control. The breakdown of the black family is a sensitive topic, though it's not new and it's not in dispute. President Barack Obama, who grew up with an absent father, often urges black men to be responsible parents. Nor is there any doubt that African American children would be better off living with their married parents. Kids who grow up in households headed by a single mother are far more likely than others to be poor, quit school, get pregnant as teens, and end up in jail. Now, let me stop right there for a second. I did not write this. This was in 2015. I just found this last night, and I said, this is an interesting read. Now, you heard what it just said. Now, these are the facts. Single moms, y'all boss bitches, y'all can boss up all you want. That I don't need no man shit, that is bullshit. Whether you have a son or a daughter, it's bullshit. You're looking at it. That's a fact right there. All right? I'll read it again. Kids who grow up in households headed by a single mother are far more likely than others to be poor, quit school, get pregnant as teens, and end up in jail. But these facts were once inflammatory. Now listen to this, y'all. These facts were once inflammatory. 50 years ago, next month, a Labor Department official named Daniel Patrick Moynihan published a paper titled The Negro Family, The Case for National Action, which argued that a tangle of pathology afflicting black communities had emerged because the Negro family in the urban ghettos is crumbling. I'll read it again. The Negro family in the urban ghettos are crumbling. His key fact: nearly 1/4 of black babies were born to unwed mothers. Now let me stop right there. Can we now agree that single mothers as parents is a problem in our community? Can we agree to that?
Yeah,
I always knew that.
We can.
I mean, and I don't want this. This is why I denounce the 16%. There's a few guys I grew up with that I don't fuck with no more. I see them in passing, yo, what up? But those dudes single-handedly are participating in fucking up our community. And we could blame the woman. We can. But I don't know them. I know that I don't know their baby mamas. I know them. And we've told them from the time we were teenagers, man, strap up. What are you doing, man? What the fuck you doing? You know, one nigga I knew knocked up a chick on purpose and was laughing about it. Yo, I ain't pull out. Why is that funny? Why is that funny? His child like 25 years old now. Why is that funny? This is not funny. Now, there's something else in this article that I'm gonna read, man. I remember this. This pissed me off. And keep the year in mind. This is 2015. Okay. This fella, it says he was accused of blaming the victim. Here we go. He's blaming the victim because single mothers, it's never their fault. It's never their fault. Being a single mother is never their fault. I'm not gonna say it's 100% their fault. There are, instances where the dude lied, he disappeared. That has happened. The dude, was abusive, or the dude, or she was a victim of rape. Y'all know the drill.
Oh, come on now. That's an extreme.
Yeah. But this is
That's
what
an
I'm saying.
extreme.
When he wrote
For the
this,
most part, even if they're quote unquote dating or whatever, the responsibility is on the woman to not get pregnant. It's just is what it is. I know that a lot of people are not gonna like to hear that, but I mean, because at the end of the day, you can't make the guy be somewhere he don't want to be.
True.
He can leave at any minute, and if you know that you can't take care of a child, then it's your job to keep from getting pregnant, because a man can't tell a woman to keep it. If she don't want to keep it, she don't have to.
These women
you so unless you're married, it's your job to keep from getting pregnant. Period.
Hey, you said it perfectly. But according to the article, he was accused of blaming the victim.
Well,
Because
I mean,
all the women were victims, according to what they were saying.
Well,
Says
Patrick
here,
Moynihan, there's liberals. They need us to be. They need confusion, and basically what they're doing is pandering. People, we have to be responsible, and that's part of the solution, is to take responsibility for what's going on. You can't just pander to people and just let people do whatever they want because it's hurting their feelings. And that's basically what they're doing. The same thing with gay people and the agenda that they're pushing. It's not right. They know it's not right, but they don't want to feel bad about it. It's not enough to just say, okay, I don't care. If you want to be gay, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Now they're going with that. Now they want to push their agenda on you. It's not enough to just be accepting of them being gay. Now they want you to agree with it. And that's why they want to teach you that stuff. Yeah, you don't agree with it. But now if you don't agree with it, now you're bashing.
That's right.
How was that bashing?
And this is the world we live in.
Yeah, so that's the problem right there. It's too much letting people
I saw an
do
advertisement.
whatever they want to do.
I saw an advertisement on the bus shelter today. And I looked and I said, what the fuck? All right, it's two dudes kissing. And then it says, I forgot what it said. I couldn't take a picture of it because I was working. But I said, I don't believe this. I mean, it was like in your face. Like it was in my opinion, it looked like it was trying to spark interest in the weak mind.
Well, I mean, they're trying to normalize the behavior. That's why you're starting to see it in movies. It's just infiltrating everything. And it's really, I think it should be your job as a parent if you want to tell your kid about that. But now you're forced to. I remember when I lived in Texas, we had a softball team in our department at the hospital I worked at. And one of the guys was gay. And I went to one of the games. I had my kids with me. And, they were talking to him or whatever. And then when at the end of when we were leaving in the car, my daughter, she was a teenager at the time, and she said, "Mom, he's gay." And I was like, oh, I don't want to talk to you. How am I going to talk to you about that? It's kind of like the birds and the bees kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, I already, I knew he was gay. I already know, you don't have to try to explain it to me. I already know, because, the kids know everything in school.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness.
I already had a conversation with mine. You got to be quick on the trigger. They got phones. It's in their face.
Yeah.
So you got to be quick on the trigger. Before you had some time. You're like, God, I'll wait till he, 11, 12, then I had a conversation. Nope. You got to be quick on that trigger because it's on the TV. Right there on Disney, they got a cartoon with gay characters in it.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
what? Wait, I remember it threw me off guard. I was watching something one day and I stopped there and I was doing something on my phone and I looked up. I said, what's wrong with that character? And I said, oh, he's what? I said, it is 11 in the morning. What is this? Hey, man. Man, look, Paul Kerry says with women controlling if men have sex, they should have more responsibility in the birth rate. They do, and they choose to have these children.
Yeah.
They choose to go. They choose to go through it. Let me read what's more in this article. He said he was accused of blaming the victim, but he was on to something important. Today, Moynihan, that's how I say his name.
Yeah.
Later, a liberal Democratic senator is invoked by conservatives to explain why African Americans' progress has been so slow. Now listen to this. Jason Riley, a senior fellow at the Manhattan Institute, claims that the family structure offers a much more plausible explanation of these outcomes than does residual white racism. Now watch this, y'all, and I remember this. Fox News host Bill O'Reilly, y'all remember Bill O'Reilly?
Mm-hmm.
Is more blunt. He said the reason there is so much violence and chaos in the black precincts is the disintegration of the African American family. He said that last year.
That's
All right,
true.
this is 2015. He said in 2014. I remember this. He said, white people don't force black people to have babies out of wedlock. They're right, up to a point. It's far from optimal for 72% of black children to be born out of wedlock. Social ills would diminish if there were more stable two-parent black households. Let me stop right there. Now, I'm not a Bill O'Reilly fan at all, but the sun shines on a dog's ass every now and again. A broken clock is right at least once a day. Yeah. Was he wrong? No. He wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong. You don't have to look. I don't like Bill O'Reilly. I don't fuck with him. He was on Fox. I ain't fuck with nothing over there. But I do recall him saying that and people going crazy. Ronald Martin was, and fucking Al Sharpton. Everyone's marching. And I just sat back like, whatever. I know, Jason. I was being silly. I was like, whatever. He's right. There's women that are pregnant longer than they were in a fucking relationship with the person that impregnated them. Hello? How does that happen? We are in hookup culture. Do these passport brothers now make sense? You see, how can we be mad that the 16% of men, the irresponsible men, are careless with their dicks and they're liars and cheaters and everything else? But that 84% are the responsible ones. 30% of them are virgins. 54% of them are above average, in the middle class, making good money, and they're all childless. They're the responsible ones. You know what happens when they go out on dates? Women think that there's something wrong with them. That you ain't got no kids and you're 40? Nah, there gotta be something wrong with you. No, he was just responsible. He was just raised right. More than likely in a two-parent household. So what are we talking about here? Jimmy Kennedy, salute. Go ahead.
I think in this situation, like you have the 16% of the men. Well, there's a certain percent of women like that too. Because I know women that are not like that.
Absolutely.
But I know that, the population of people that come out of that culture is just a lot of people.
Women outnumber men. Last I checked, it was like 8-1.
That's probably true.
Yeah, and
Um,
if y'all outnumber us, some of you are competing for the same type of man,
that's true too.
and a lot of these women that say that they shouldn't compete with for a man, unfortunately, from what I've seen, and I don't know the exact number, um, that's the problem. The women with the biggest mouths, they don't compete. They don't think they should compete. And this is where the other conversation comes in. A lot of the women don't compete. It's like, yo, accept me for who I am. If I'm 8 feet tall, accept that. You can't change your height. I understand that. But there are things you can do. That's why these women are walking around. Man, I'm in the Bronx. I'm on Fordham Road every day. You won't believe what the fuck I see out there. Shorty be like 3 shades darker than me. I mean, pitch black, look like patent leather when the sun hit her. And she got blonde box braids, rakes on her eyes, and her stomach is hanging over her goddamn spandex. Her feet ain't done. She's ashy. And this would be the chick talking about, hey man, you gotta accept me. When dudes are like, whoa, I ain't gotta accept that. Can you please hit the gym? What?
It's the culture.
Yeah, exactly. It's the culture.
It's the culture.
See,
Okay.
this article's talking about the dysfunction and how it's not right. But because Bill O'Reilly said it, everyone got mad. But he wasn't wrong. The facts and the data, the statistics are in. Single households, black households in particular, single women households, all right, with their kids, the probability of their kid being fucked up is higher without the man in the house, without
This
the
is
family
true.
structure.
It's true. This is true. And the problem came in when welfare came into the picture.
Yeah,
That's the beginning of the end of the black family, and that's the truth.
and I'm
Because we
glad you
used
said
to be
that.
the strongest unit, and now we're the weakest unit.
That's right. You know, we were poor. We were all poor. Women sometimes today, when I hear that argument, the feminist argument, I'm like, man, why y'all women talking like men didn't suffer racism? Y'all suffer racism, but y'all was in the house raising the family. The men with the dudes had to go out and get a job and work. We had to deal with racism. Some motherfuckers, if you lived in the South, you had to run to work because the Klan was chasing you, and then you want to get off work too late because they were chasing your ass before you got back home across state lines. And this was every day. But the black family was strong, poor together. Today, and that's why they put emphasis on 1965, because that's when the shit started happening. The black women chose
To get the
public
check.
assistance in the government over having their man in the house. That's what happened. That's a fact. They chose Uncle Sam over their man.
So then, how do you fix that?
And this is where we at now. In order to fix it, we got to understand the history behind this thing. But what I find is, if you're talking to a 22-year-old woman and her head shaking like this, she don't want to hear it. She don't want to hear it from a guy like me. And they say, hey man, Drew, you ain't got a horse in this race, man. You know, you're married. No, I do. I got younger relatives that are confused about this whole fucking thing, male and females. And they're like, what do I do? And I have to sit down and like, yo, look, this is what's happening. You have to understand how to move now.
Well, you
gotta
got to
tell
start. You got to start with personal responsibility.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The first thing I tell them, you got to know how to choose. All right. First of all, you shouldn't be doing shit. I tell my nephew, yo, look, I'm not saying not to, you're going through things right now, hormones, whatever. If you're going to do something, you got to strap up, man. There's 36 different forms of birth control. Strap up. Strap up. But you should be worrying about your school. You want to be the best man you could be. Your school, your education, getting your credit in order right now. Getting a job right now, which could blossom into a career. and you can do your thing along the way, but you have to be safe. And once you get into your 30s, now you qualify to court a woman. Congratulations, you're not the 16%. And what happens is the 16%, they camouflage. They'll have a woman believing that they are equipped to court them. And you got a double-edged sword thing going on here. They're not equipped, and the person that they're courting, she's not marriage material anyway. So you got two assholes making a baby, and now we have this article. And this has gone on since 1965. They have dug into our household. Marriage rate is down now. Back then, when we were poor, marriage was up because we needed each other.
Yeah.
Now you got women talking around, I got my education, I don't need no man. Let me tell
And
you
not
something.
only that, only that, Drew. Also, when they started taking God out of the schools, also because now you don't have a value system.
And that's true.
Yeah.
Now you don't have to be a Christian, but you gotta understand. Once you took,
you still had some values.
You had values. You honored something. They took the Pledge of Allegiance out of the school. I had assembly every Friday when I was growing up. Do y'all even know what that is? Do you know how many kids don't know the Pledge of Allegiance? They don't know the national anthem. Now, of course, we know it's America and it fucked off black people. But what I'm saying is, we had standards.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
How many
every
of y'all
morning we used to get up in school right before the day started and say the Pledge of Allegiance.
How many of y'all in the chat know the Pledge of Allegiance? Don't listen. If you're on the young side, don't be afraid. I know a lot of y'all don't know it. I know y'all don't. I know it because I was saying it from kindergarten to like high school. Pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, liberty and justice for all. That's a fast version.
Yeah, and they, this atheists or whatever, they want to take God out of everything, but you don't have to be a Christian, staunch Christian, even though I was. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I grew up in a Christian home, two parents, right. Not poor, but once you take that out of everything, now there's nobody to hold anybody accountable. You're not accountable to anything. Anything goes if there's no higher power to keep you in check. And nobody want to hurt anybody's feelings, and
they took God out of the school. They took the Pledge of Allegiance out of the school. Now, mind you, this is America, by the way. And I would think the Republican Party would have something to say about that. They removed God from the school. They removed pride for your country out of the school.
Let's say religion, because the guy was the person that was suing the government over that was, he was wanting it off of the dollar, off of the, the one nation under God. That's the problem that he was having with the Pledge of Allegiance. That he was saying that it was he was claiming First Amendment, separation of church and state, saying that the state is not making you. We don't have a one state religion. We are a Christian nation, but we don't have a state religion. We're not like Muslim countries where everybody's Muslim. You still have a choice. But once they dismantled that, and now you have the welfare system dismantling the family, and you have these women trying to raise these kids by themselves, and some of them don't have the same values that they used to have. That you don't have any help from the father, because he's off the hook, because he can't be there if she's gonna get that money. It's like you said, or if he's hanging around, he can't even be hanging around. So now he's off the hook. He's free to do whatever. He's got more kids. Who's raising them? You have these women that are raised by men, or these men that are raised by women that don't know how to raise men.
That's right.
And then they effeminate men. and they
That's
have
right.
these traits like women, like pettiness and being jealous, just women stuff. And you see men acting like that,
It's everywhere. It's
and
everywhere. And not to say that a single woman is going to raise a gay man. What we are saying is that they're going to have feminine traits.
yeah,
And when they get around,
they're
when they
not
get around,
masculine.
when they get around men, real men, he sticks out like a sore thumb. I've been around dudes like that.
Yeah, 'cause
It's
he's
like, I know he's not gay, but why he can't take a fucking joke? Why he was folding his arms when we start, roasting him? Everybody roast here. This is what we do. We drink beer, we fart, we tell mama jokes, we talk about who we'd smash in the workplace, but we keep it quiet because EEO. This is what
and
men do.
they're not tough, they're not tough. Some of them are coddled and some of them are not.
You know what bothers me?
I have a step grandson that he basically raised himself because his mother's a drug addict. And so he's not feminine at all. He's just bad. Getting kicked out of school and fighting and
he's acting out. He
wants attention. Yeah.
He wants attention. Boys, I notice the way these kids are, it's like everything they got a pill for it. And I'm like, man, I don't know how we got through the 80s. I don't know how I got through man. We were like boys. We played. The first thing we did was wrestling, play fighting, boxing. You fall on the floor, you scrape your elbow, you get a little strawberry on your elbow. I kept playing. I don't know how I never got infected. I get cuts and splinters all the time. I didn't want to go home. I just played outside. We had teachers, stop, y'all playing too rough. Now, kids can't do that shit. Second place gets a trophy.
Yeah.
Man, fuck out of here. You raising a bunch of pussies. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When my team lost, when I was growing up, Little League or whatever I played in, man, the coach would say, you know what? We're really better than them. We just dropped the ball. So we're going to practice to come back and beat them next time. And that was our motivation. Second place just meant you were first to lose. That's all.
Yeah.
And I took that with me. Now everybody gets a nice try trophy. You should see this shit now.
And they have to play the kids that, if they're on recreational league, some of those kids, those little kids don't pay attention. They're not paying attention. The parents throw them in the sport. And it's hard to coach a little kid that don't belong to you, because you have those little kids there, they're not paying attention. You can't really yell at them or whatever because they're sensitive. And you have to play them. They have to get some playing time. So usually they let the team get way up, in the score before they put them in. Put them in sometime, a few minutes. But you have to, because you have parents complaining, oh, my kid's not getting to play.
Your kid sucks. That's why.
Yeah, your kid's not paying attention,
But you don't bring them to practice on time. I have practice at 11:30, and you don't come walking in here until 12. And then you don't want to do nothing.
Kids, so they have to play them. They paid their money. They paid their money.
We just ain't do that shit.
You have to put them in the game somewhere.
I've seen coaches tell the parents, "Yo, look, your kid ain't gonna play." But see, the difference is
you can do that in the school, but you can't do that in the recreation.
You know what the difference was? The coach would be talking to the father. Look, I need him to do this, and we need to crack that power eye. And your son got all that size, but he don't want to do nothing. Now, if he's not gonna do nothing, I ain't gonna play him. That registers to men. But to women, it's like, oh, you're just mean. Just play my boy. No, because you put him out there, he don't do the right thing, he gonna get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? This is ridiculous, man. What is Shauna say? She said, testosterone has gone down also because there are less manual jobs than in the past. That was part of the thing I was reading and hearing in lectures about hormones and testosterone. That might be true. This things get deep, man. When the war hit, women had to go to work. That's why you see that famous picture of the woman, flexing with her arm.
Yeah.
Y'all had to go to work. And the thing is, when the war was over, some of y'all didn't get back in the house. Y'all kept working.
Look, man, come on now. We've had World War I, II, Vietnam. The problem didn't start happening until, I guess, the results. Those kids became adults in the 90s. Is what it is. Those kids from the welfare era, when welfare started, they became adults then, because it used to be taboo to be a single parent. If you had a daughter that got pregnant out of wedlock, they sent her somewhere. You went to go live with your aunt up in New York somewhere until you had the baby, and you came back without that baby. The baby stayed up there with them.
Yeah,
It was something to be ashamed of.
There's no shame anymore.
There's no shame anymore. So if nobody's ashamed, then you're free to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. You just, how are you going to fix it? Because now it's and there's, because we've been divided before. Because when we came over as slaves, when they tried to emasculate, they tried to break the families up then. And those women had to, try to protect their children and their husband, because they're separated from the husband. So we were separated before, but we came back together. So
that's a true story.
How can we do that again? Is the thing. I think the culture is just, nobody wants to be responsible. You have to take responsibility. You can't just because it's okay to do something don't mean you should do it. You have to they have to cut, I think the way, and people are not going to like it, you have to cut the money off.
You have
to get rid of the welfare money. The unemployment money. What was they doing before there was unemployment? You went to where the job was. You didn't sit at home for 3, and they just keep stretching it out. Oh, now you can be at home for 3 years. That don't make no sense.
Do you know what public assistance was supposed to be about?
It's supposed to get you
on your feet.
Something.
It was supposed to be temporary.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle.
But now, in like out here in New York, in the projects, you'll have 3 generations of families living in those projects.
Absolutely.
That's why you got great grandma, mama, and the daughter who's now pregnant at 21.
Exactly.
You have 4 or 5 generations of families living in the projects. It was supposed to be temporary. People, they just got, wait, let me, what did she say? Shawa says, black women have always worked for the most part. Yeah, of course they worked. Everybody worked.
Yeah, we have.
It's just that everyone's job description got jumbled up now. And we don't know who we are as a family anymore. That's why I said this gender war shit, it shouldn't even have been happening. That's why I said that Roe vs. Wade shit, that shit was fake. Okay, Becky ran at a black woman and had y'all in the street fighting. That was not y'all fight, man. That was not y'all fight. Because for the most part, all of you responsible women that are responsible with your kitty cat, if it don't apply, let it fly. I don't care about that. Because was you able to run to Becky when Trayvon Martin got killed? Was she rolling in the street with you? No, absolutely not. That was not your damn fight. It was not. I promise you it wasn't. I promise you it wasn't. Your fight was getting the proper treatment in this country and maintaining your household. And that's what this article's about. Let me finish reading it real quick. The problem with this line of thinking is that it's incomplete. Worse, it's often used to gloss over intractable realities that continue to hinder black progress. It's true that whites don't force blacks to have children out of wedlock, but it's wrong to suggest that whites bear no responsibility. Now, I need y'all to listen very carefully. Poverty is often a result of lack of access to good jobs or any jobs, and discrimination by employers didn't stop in 1965, and it hasn't stopped yet. Okay? The impact of drug laws and the harsher treatment black men get from the criminal justice system means that many have records that scare employers away. But research indicates that white applicants with criminal records are more likely to get interviews than blacks without criminal records. Now,
I'm sorry, but that sounds like excuses.
Now, let me finish, because we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. A lot of the well-paid blue-collar jobs, once abundant in cities, have vanished. Moynihan lamented that unemployment had long been much higher for black men than whites, and the gap is bigger today. Without decent jobs, these men are not likely to be able to find wives or support families. They are not likely to get married or stay married. If family breaks down, what the fuck? This shit all in the goddamn way. If family breakdown causes poverty, poverty also causes family breakdown. All right, now let's touch on something. You said it sounds like excuses.
It's excuses.
And I'm going to tell you why I agree with you. Out of 100% of black men who ain't shit, 16% of them. Now, a lot of that might be because of their upbringing, their own personal choices. But as you get older, you can differentiate between right and wrong. I just told you I had a few friends that I had to tell them, yo, stop doing that. Now, why is it that we think different than these motherfuckers? They made a choice to make families and not get married and shit like that. Furthermore, the 84%, I just said, 30% of them are virgins. The other 54% might not be virgins, but they're living above average or in the middle class, or rich, on their way to be rich, single, and nobody's married. So I hear you, Queen. Some of this is an excuse. Not all of it. A lot of that is true. If you have a bullshit criminal record, if you got locked up in 1996 for having a dime bag of weed on you here in New York, and then 10 years later you're trying to get a job and they see that there, they're like, oh, I don't want to hire you because it's weed. And now fuck around, weed is legal now.
Hey, look. Excuses. That's excuses. That's excuses. If you really want to do something, you can. A lot of people give up because it's too easy to just get the free money. If you have a criminal record, you can still go get a CDL and drive trucks. There is a shortage of truck drivers, and it pays good. So there's no excuse for somebody with a criminal record talking about, unless you have a driving record that's fucked up. Now that's different. I mean, if you can't, your driver's license, you fucked that off by getting tickets or whatever you did.
That's different, yeah.
But that's different. But if you just got out of jail and you can go to somebody's school and get you a CDL. Look at Black.
Yep.
Shoot. He's a good example right there.
Listen to this.
Man, please.
No, I hear you. I agree. I agree to a large degree. I agree. There are certain cases where it's like, they make it hard, but not in every case. The statistics that I read, the 60% versus the 84% proves that a lot of that shit be excuses.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. It says here, African Americans often find it hard to leave blighted neighborhoods. They can find themselves steered away from white communities by real estate agents or rejected by landlords. The Urban Institute reports a fact that ought to shock. It says the average high-income black person lives in a neighborhood with a higher poverty rate than the average low-income white person. Wow, that's funny. They go on to talk. Yeah, this is an interesting read. But this is all relevant, man. This is all relevant in reference to the black family. You know, there's a lot of things that we have to factor in. The thing that I factored in also was I was talking about the things that the older people, it might go over our heads, and that's this internet shit. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Did you know that China controls the algorithms?
Yeah.
Did you
TikTok,
did you know that negative shit doesn't meet their algorithms in China? All the negative shit that if you ever notice on YouTube, sometimes you say, okay, I watch him. What's this? And it'll be like some dude clipping his fingernail. And then you reset the page, you'll get 4 more clips of somebody doing the same shit. And then you get into this whirlpool of bullshit that it's like, wow, I only watched that shit a month ago. Why does this shit keep coming up on my damn feed? Okay, women twerking, black women twerking. You see one video, that shit is on your algorithm for the next year. No matter what you do. Someone fighting, hood fights, all the negative shit, because we're so free over here, it's in our algorithms. You understand? And we're creatures, you know, of habit. You know, we're visual beings.
Yeah.
Everything that we see, now we're older. Now everyone in the chat, we're older. We could differentiate, like, oh, that's bullshit. We could laugh at shit. We say, oh, that's just entertainment. But think about the 10 or 11-year-old that's watching that shit. I just told y'all, these doctors are saying no. These kids that are getting on TikTok looking for these likes and shit, it's become a thing in their mind. They really believe that they're depressed. And it's like, your life is good. You got 2 parents in your house, both of them making $100K. You're not in poverty. Why are you on TikTok crying every 5 fucking minutes? You got kids talking about, yo, I want to be a YouTuber when I get older. Yeah. They're not doing that in China. They're raising engineers, doctors, and lawyers still over here. You got motherfuckers running around here want to be the next Jake Paul before he started boxing. This is where we are. They're raising a bunch of clowns. And why am I bringing this up? They fucked off the black family. And I found out fairly recently that the white family's fucked up. So now the family structure is collapsing. That's why Roe versus Wade got overturned. And then they're testing out this law that they're trying to push in Georgia, where all the chick has to do is say, you got me pregnant. Well, that's okay. We're going to get a DNA test. No, the way the law is interpreted, and I did a live stream on this, the way the law is interpreted, DNA test is at the discretion of the pregnant woman. So you have to pay for that child from month number 1 for all 9 months in 18 years. You have to, in 18 years after your last child support check, you can take that kid and say, I'm gonna get my DNA test. You can find out it's not your kid. So what? What they're doing is they're forcing everyone to be responsible. They're forcing the women to be responsible by way of Roe vs. Wade. They're forcing the men to be responsible by way of that shitty ass bill they're trying to pass in Georgia. Why? Because wherever the family goes, so does the country. If the family is collapsed on the inside in this nation, this great nation, American Pie, all right? If the family's collapsed, then what do we got here? How do we got men to go to war? If they're on child support and they're all fucking fucked up, they have no pride, no faith in their household because it's destroyed. Their kids are against them. The women don't like them. And then they say, oh, look, man, we need you to come to war. Psh. Fight for this shit? That bitch took everything from me. I'm living in my car. She got the house. She got the better car. I'm living in the smaller car. I still got to go to work. She's taking 80% of my check. I can't live like this. And this country did this to me, and you want me to fucking re-enlist and go fight wherever you drop the bomb now? No, I'm good. Lock me up. Y'all want to lock me up anyway. I missed 2 child support checks. You want to lock me up? Lock me up now. I ain't fighting for y'all. Look at what y'all did to me. Who's gonna go to war? Queen, I know you nice with the gun, but
Oh,
are
I'll
you
go.
picking it up?
Yeah, I'll pick it up.
Man, fuck
Uh,
that, not me.
yeah, I'll pick it up. I think that law is. I think what it was well meaning. The intention was good. That's the problem with intentions. You know, they mean well, but they usually do a lot more damage. And I think what they were trying to do was to make sure that the child gets taken care of.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I didn't watch too many episodes of that parental court. Where,
You watch that shit too?
Oh
Whoa.
man, I'll tell you what. But let me tell you what I learned from that.
Mhm.
And I was telling my mother this a couple of weeks ago. I said the majority of those people, because you'll see a few of those guys come through there that's got 5 or 6, 10, 11 kids by different women. But what they tell you is, you know, it's the same thing that's coming out of their mouths.
Yeah.
The guy almost I want to say, I won't say 100% of the time, but pretty damn close to it. 99% of the time, those 2 people in that courtroom are a product of a single parent situation where the mother does not know who the father of those children are, and those children are destroyed because they don't know who their dad is.
Right.
And a lot of them come into foster care.
Yeah.
And they come onto that show, and they'll have all these men lined up. And they'll be testing them, trying to figure out, because the mother don't know who the damn dad is, you know. And you have one guy that said he's gonna step up and do, you know, because he's, you know, he stupidly signed the birth certificate when he didn't know for sure, you know. And now you're on the hook because it, you know, just really depends on the state. If you sign the birth certificate, they assume that you know, you stepping up and you're gonna take responsibility. Also, if you married, you know, some of these women are married to these guys, and then they stepped out on them because the woman that, you know, the guy was cheating, and now I'm gonna get back at him. I'm gonna go cheat too. The problem is like the judge was saying, you're not gonna win that. You can't win because you're the one that's gonna get pregnant. You know, you step out on your husband and now you're pregnant. You know, because you were mad at him. He was cheating, and now you're gonna go do something. You're gonna lose.
You're gonna lose that every time, man.
It's not the same.
Yeah, it's not.
You know, because there's women talking about, well, if he can do it, I can do it too. You can't do it too.
No, you can't. You can't. It
do
don't
it
work
too.
that way.
It don't.
It don't work that way. Things are different, and that's just the order of things.
Yeah,
Jason Williams says one dude did 5 years in prison only to find out later that the kid wasn't his. Guess what, Jason? That was on paternity court. I tried to air some of that, and that's how I got a strike on this channel because I aired too much of it. But I wanted to review that. Yeah, that it was a white dude, and he did 5 years. And this woman, so happened, her line of work was in reference to working with DNA. And she had her paperwork, and it looked official. And he did 5 years in prison and everything else. End of the damn episode, because he had a child that he knew he was his, and they had a relationship with each other, and they grew up as brothers. You know, and he just said, "Look, I just want to know. Come to find out, you are not the father." And that woman, it was a white dude too, and that woman stood there. He said, "Oh my God," he said, "Man, you know, I went to jail for this. It was 5 years."
Yeah.
It's on paternity court, and it's on YouTube. Man, just put in "man does 5 years." Paternity court, man does 5 years. Everybody was so, I was like, oh my God. Now, and that proved to me, I said, man, white people are going through this shit too. This is the thing, this feminist thing got such a hold on this country. And I heard they're going through it in the UK too. It's such a strong hold on this thing. And what it's doing is it's deflating the men. Men are saying, fuck this, man. I don't want to deal with it, man. These women are against me. I don't want to deal with it. These brothers got their passport, they're leaving.
Well, I
And
mean,
my thing is the women that are saying, well, buy, leave, man, y'all don't see the big picture. Family is the big picture. Y'all don't want that. This country ain't shit without it. Evidence, they're trying to reverse it by forcing these weird ass laws on us.
you
You're
just gotta be
deflating the
careful.
men.
You gotta be careful. You know,
You
you
gotta be
can't
real
just be
careful.
out there because they're
I
trying to
mean,
they're trying to clean up the mess by making it worse. I think it makes it worse by just whatever the mother says. See, they need to watch some of these parental shows before they make a law like that. You
they
know,
don't. You see, and when I get on them and see, it's funny. The brother 502 King was here talking about his wife that want to get on a panel. See, here's the thing. I'm not woman bashing. I'm bashing the fact that nobody wants to no one wants a family anymore. That's why I don't identify with any of this shit. All of this shit with women getting on TikTok talking about niggas ain't shit, niggas ain't shit, niggas ain't shit. Do you know every woman in my family can't identify with that? Because every woman in my family knows who their father is. Father, grandfather, uncles, and there's more than enough of us around. They don't know what a bad black man is. They don't know what that is. You know what I'm saying? Like a couple of my friends, they got those baby mama, that drama. Oh man, I gotta go to court, and this bitch, and then she saw me out with the next chick, and she keyed my car up, and I'm just looking at them like, yo, that's some Tyler Perry shit. I don't identify with none of that shit. Why? I didn't grow up like that. My parents got divorced, but my father wasn't absent. I saw him damn near every day. Nigga, your homework better be done. I'm coming up there. I was just with my dad the other day. He wasn't absent. Never missed a child support payment. They didn't get, my parents didn't get along. But what was the key? Me and my siblings. That's what the focus was. So I still had family. Aunts, uncles, my mother, my dad, my grandparents, everybody. So I understand what family is. And I understand how important it is. And I'll never understand what I don't understand is women talking about I don't need no man. That is bullshit. When you fucking retire,
true. It's obviously not true.
It's not.
If you have kids, you do. If you have kids, you do. Because if you see on the paternity court again, those kids, the guy will say, "Oh, I was trying to," he said, the person be 30, 40 years old, and the dad will be like, "Well, I was trying to find him." The kid like, "Well, if you was trying to find me, you should have found me. How come you didn't keep fighting for me?" So I would say to guys out there that have difficult babies, mamas, you got to keep trying to work with them. No matter how difficult they might be. The kids do, they are being affected by it. Just the proof of just is by watching these shows is just proof of it. Because you have the girls that say, well, they never had their dad in their life, and then they became hypersexual, having sex early age and stuff because they didn't have a father there, and they're like, well, maybe if I had a father there, maybe I wouldn't have been so promiscuous. Or you have this son that say, well, maybe if I had a dad here, I wouldn't have been getting in trouble. You have to have somebody to kind of guide you. Mother can't do it.
The mama can't do it all. They could do some things. They can't do it all. They could do some things. They can't. And there's certain things that single fathers can't do. That we can't teach a little girl how to be a little girl.
Exactly.
I've seen dudes raise daughters. Their daughters are kind of butchy.
Yeah,
they kind of butchy. And it's like they're not gay. Yeah. They just been around their dad all their life.
Yeah.
And they can't help it. They have to learn how to be feminine. Yeah. My boy, his wife died. So he's like, man, the money, well, his daughters are grown now, but he had to take them to get their hair done to the Africans and the Dominicans to get their hair braided and stuff because he didn't know how to do it.
Well, hopefully, if you have like sisters or a mother or somebody that can
He
be
did.
around, they can be around the females that they can learn how to be feminine.
Yeah, he did. He had a lot of help, but the point is, he couldn't do it by himself, man.
Yeah, yeah.
He couldn't do it by himself. He said, man, I had him around my aunt and my mom, my sister, every chance I got. And he said, when I need their hair done, he said, man, I'm gonna spend thousands of dollars getting their hair done. He said they were crispy. They were crispy, but he did what he had to do. You understand? But he understood that there were certain things he could not teach them when they were going through the change at the ages of like 11 or so. He had to get caught. Yo, all right, she's spotting. What do I do? Get her a pad.
Yeah.
Put her on the phone. But he didn't know how to do that. He didn't know how to do that. So why is it that certain women can't just admit, yo, look, I can't do this shit by myself? You got women that make a lot of money saying, yo, look, I want to be a single mother. What? Why? You can afford to? And that's another thing.
Yeah.
We're men and women, we're not made to be by ourselves.
That's fact.
We're made to find a significant other and procreate and help each other. That's what we're made to do. Now, financially, let's take it back. Stone Age. You meet shorty, y'all procreate, y'all make a baby. The woman couldn't go out and hunt and find all the shit. She has to take care of the baby. The man had to do that. When there was a wild bear or a saber-toothed tiger trying to jump into the cave, who had to fight? The man did.
Yeah.
That's just the order of things. So now, fast forward to when we're civilized. You get old and retire, you're making half of what you make at your job. How are you going to survive when inflation going up? You might want to have a partner.
Yeah.
Because there's people buddying up. I forgot the term that it's called. But people are buddying up for survival. Look, my pension ain't cutting it. Your pension ain't cutting it. But together, we can get this condo. I can live over there, you can live over there, and we can just rock out like that. People are doing that. Now, would you rather want to buddy up with your girlfriend and live there? And you listen, man, I've been around a lot of domestic violence disputes, and the woman on woman shit would be out of this world. And let me say this. Not all of them are gay. They could just be roommates for survival. But let someone, I don't know, use someone else's toothbrush, or she looked at my man kind of crazy, or she left a cup in the sink. Wow, it's crazy. The domestic violence amongst women be crazy. But people are partnering up. I forget the term that it's called, but people are partnering up for survival.
Well, we're going back to the village. It's going back to the village.
It's going back to the village. And what I'm saying is, would you rather be buddied up with another woman? And listen,
no.
I made a show a long time ago. Can women really coexist with each other, or are y'all really frenemies?
No, yeah, no. Okay. The answer would be no.
You see what I'm saying? So you would rather be with someone that you can lay up under and have sex with sometimes, and actually go out and have a good time and kiss on sometimes. That makes more sense, because that's what we were supposed to do. I don't understand why women are saying, hey man, I would rather have a roommate than submit to a man. This is the war that we're dealing with right here. It's like, wait a minute, why? What the fuck? Why? Why do these terms bother y'all? This is crazy. Submission. So what, man? Some of these women, they claim that they're Christian out of their mind. If you're Christian and you read your Bible and you listen to the goddamn vows, none of this should bother you. But it does. So,
I think in that case, everybody has to be doing what they're supposed to be doing. Me personally, I don't have a problem with the submission part, but shoot, he got to be doing what he's supposed to be doing.
And see, that's the dating part. You see, and this is what I'm saying. This is where the 16% versus whatever percentage of women that are fighting over these dudes are. I hear women say, "Oh, I'll only submit to a man if he deserves it. So I said, what the fuck is the dating process for then?
I mean, but that's what the dating process is for.
Yeah, that's what
for
it's
you to
about.
find out if he,
if he's worth it. And see, here's the thing. When I had this conversation with a woman on my job, and I said, let me ask you a question. So, are you this aggressive on the goddamn date? Because you're going to turn him off. What's all this aggression if he deserves it? How about this? Stay in your feminine and remain there and be that way. If he doesn't conform to how you are, like if you're sitting on a date and like, well, I'm being feminine and respectful, and he's, picking his nose and F-bombing all over the place, and his phone keep ringing, and he's being disrespectful, he's not respecting my feminine. And this isn't masculine. This is just an insecure, an immature, ridiculous kid right here. And if he can't get with this date properly, I'm not going out on a second date. And that's another problem. Some of these women say, yeah, he's not the one for me, but he got money. I'm gonna get a free meal out of him every Friday night. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
And that's what I was trying to say the other day when we got into this little argument about women and what women are looking for in a man. It's not always the same thing. It's whatever it is for that particular person. Because the guys were saying, oh, it's looks. It is not looks. It is not looks. You can't confuse dating with sleeping with somebody. That's two different things. You may see somebody cute or whatever and be like, oh yeah, I would, sleep with, but you may not date that person. They're not shit. Yeah, somebody can be cute. But that's two different things. You can't confuse them two. I think that's what the people are getting confused with. Because she said I was cute. Of course they're gonna say you cute. What they're gonna say?
That's why you went out with him.
No, it could be for something else. So it might not be because you're cute. They're gonna tell you that's what it is. So if you dating a guy, I had a cousin that was dating an old dude. Mainly because she wanted to just let him be a sugar daddy. You think she told him, oh, I'm dating you because I want you to pay for everything. No, I'm going to tell him, oh, he's cute. Whatever he want to hear, it's basically what it is. It's whatever he want to hear. It's what it's going to be. So no, I ain't going to tell you the truth. They're going to tell you what you want to hear. The same way women fake orgasms. That's what you want to hear, right?
Well, I wouldn't know. To my knowledge. To my knowledge, I wouldn't know.
Okay, but you do know that women do. Some women do.
I'll say I've heard.
You've heard, yeah.
I'm not gonna say I know. I'll say I've heard.
Yeah, I mean, we know, that some women do. I'm not gonna say all women. I'm not gonna say all women because I don't fake nothing. But they some women will fake, because mainly because the dude don't know what he's doing. He weak, he lame or whatever. But you don't want to make him feel bad, so you're not gonna tell him he's lame. Because like these guys tell me, oh, well, you're not gonna tell him he's lame. You're just gonna fake it, or whatever.
Oh man, that's nice of you.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I heard some awful stories. I heard a woman.
Sensitive.
I've heard women say, yeah, they are. I've heard women say, nah, I had to tell him to get up off me.
Wow, come on, man.
I was like, whoa, you said that?
Yeah, come on. That's
God damn.
You don't want to be
bad.
Yeah, you don't want to be like that. So that's why, when Dr. Mark was arguing with me, I was like, I'll tell you what, I was so mad. I couldn't even type good. I was like, you know what, I got to come on the show. I got to come on the show because he don't know what he's talking about.
what I do know,
Okay.
what I do know is sometimes when you're typing, things can get lost in translation.
Yeah, I
It-
mean, no, no, because he said no. He doubled down on it. But it's all good. A couple days have passed by. I calmed down. I talked to Tay Tay. I calmed down. It's all good. But I said I got to get on there and you know
no,
straighten it
well,
out because we supposed to be having a conversation and
right.
and so um you need a woman's perspective on that
No,
and
yeah, and I appreciate that.
and whatever perspective he got, they had to tell him. A woman had to tell you that. You know,
Mhm.
so it's whatever it is, and a good example of that would be Jay-Z. He's not attractive at all, and
Mhm.
if he had no money, he wouldn't have chicks wanting him. Chicks want him because number one, he has money, and other chicks want him. Is why chicks want him. Chicks want men because other women want him. It has nothing to do with him being cute. If you
Mhm.
had Prison Bay, as fine as now he's fine, but if he was a short guy, and you have a average looking guy that's tall, who you think gonna get the chick?
Listen, I stand firm on this. I could walk in a room right next to Floyd Mayweather, and I'll just have on a gold chain and a fitted shirt. I'll get as many looks as he'll get. First of all, a lot of the bitches don't even know
Exactly.
who the fuck he is,
And
and
I,
they
and I
might
never.
they might trick on him. But if they want to get their spine knocked out of alignment, they'll come fuck with me
Exactly.
because he's a midget to me.
And looks is subjective. What some women think is cute, some women don't think is cute. So I mean, you can't just say look because it's not look. I mean, if you're gonna date somebody, it's whatever you're attracted to. It may not be looks, it might be security. It's whatever they want. It's whatever they value. It's whatever has value to them.
I like what Kane
It's
said.
what it is.
Kane in the chat just said men already know that women are attracted to power. That makes sense.
Yeah, they are. Why do you think the pastor, the women in the church, they all want the pastor?
Yeah.
Because
Oh man.
he's a man in a powerful position. He could be an old man,
hmm
and you think he's not cute? He's an old man,
Yeah.
but
One of
he has
those.
power.
You know, um, the way I am, like when I walk into a room, a lot of times I'm one of the biggest people in the room, and people look a little double take. That's just how it's always been for me. And I'm not like
Well,
the
I mean,
biggest dude. I'm only 6'2".
I
But
mean, but somebody that you're a big guy, and women that like alpha males, it just says that guy can protect me is what it says. And Junior, me and Junior talked about this. Um, you have a guy, of your presence, and women are attracted to stuff like that. It's not necessarily looks, you know, but it's swagger.
yeah,
And I don't know what that is. I can't explain what that is. It just is what it
I know it
is.
is. It's just when
but
you stand out. That's all it is.
yeah, and confidence, and that kind of stuff is what women are attracted to. Because you can have a dude that's cute, he's cute or whatever, but okay, but nah, if you like tall man, you're gonna go for the tall man instead of the cute short one. It's it's whatever they have whatever it is that they are looking for. Because looks is subjective. I've seen too many women like saying that a dude is cute, and I'm looking at him like I don't see what they're looking at. That dude is not cute, but to them he is. So it's not really And really, I don't think it's that they think he's cute. It's whatever else he has to offer is what they want. You
Uh-huh.
know,
Uh-huh.
So if he has money or if he has, position, power, whatever,
That's what that's
that's
what
that's what it is. It's not the looks.
that's what 88 Sports Talk just said. He knew a chick that messed with dudes that she was not attracted to, but use them for other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's but all of this laying and playing, to bring everything back to what we were talking about, all this laying and playing, and we've gotten away from our core values, what they used to be, where this hookup culture has become normalized, and I'm not digging it. I mean, now trust me, I've had my wild times, late teens, early 20s, but once I hit like my late 20s, I was like, wait a minute, this shit is wild out here. This shit is crazy. What's happening? And I started to notice my community get fucked off. And then when I did the homework on it, I went all the way back. I used to listen to my grandparents when they were alive, and then my mom, my pops, and it all went back to the 50s and 60s. And I said, well, what the fuck's going on? And then it dawned on me. I said, oh shit, the welfare system.
Yeah.
And they got a whole, because the community goes the way of the black woman.
Yeah. So, but how do
y'all
we
are the
fix
household.
it? How do
And
we fix it?
once they infiltrated the household and got the black woman to accept Uncle Sam's help over than having a black man in the house, we were doomed. We were fucking doomed. And what we're trying to do is come up with ideas on how do we get back to who we were.
So
all right,
how do we get back to who we were?
Man, okay, well, first off, these passport brothers, they're exploring their options.
Okay, well, forget about them. What about
we can't forget about them. They're just exploring their options. They're going to go down to these other countries and see what's doing, but they might not, get lucky on the first time. They're going to come back home eventually.
But let's say they meet somebody.
Okay,
and they bring them back.
Well, I don't know what the percentage of the passport brothers are, but it's not everybody.
It ain't very many.
All right,
ain't enough of them to we got bigger problems than worrying about them.
Okay, so let's say the first wave of passport brothers is gone. Let's say you lost them. Okay, that's fine. You still got a huge percentage of men that haven't conformed to that just yet. So how do you appeal as a black woman? What do you tell the other black woman to do to change their minds?
Well, I mean,
that's why I was asking, do black women really know what black men need? Fuck what they want. What do they need?
No, they don't know, because they haven't asked. You don't ask another woman what a man. You have to ask
say that
man
again.
If you want to know.
Say that again. That's important.
If you're a woman, you don't ask your girlfriends. What a man needs. They can help. They can tell you what they would do or whatever. You have to ask a man.
Why is it that women don't want to ask men what they want?
I don't think. These young chicks. It's just the culture. We're in the Kardashian era. Everybody's watching the Love and Hip Hop, and these Wives of Atlanta and stupid ass reality TV shows, and they think that's how people are supposed to act. And you have people not being. I hate to keep blaming it on single mothers, but really, it is your job as a parent to make sure that your kids get the training that they're supposed to get. It's your job, and it's not just going to work and providing for them. You have to train them in the way that they should go,
Right.
So they can be productive citizens. And that was my, but if you don't value that, you don't have values, you don't go to church, you're not around elders and people that can teach you things you're supposed to know. I don't know what you do with them. You have to start with personal responsibility. You have to take responsibility for your part. So that's where you have to start. You have to start at your house. Make sure your kid is okay, so your kid can know what to avoid, so they know how to find the right person for them. And then, and then hopefully we can have all these good, stable units, and hopefully eventually they, the other ones get weeded out. But I'll tell you what, they did a welfare just dismantled, just totally dismantled the black family, and it's just really, I don't know how they get up, because some people you can't even talk to them because they don't know what they talk. They're just stupid stuff come out of their mouth.
If you take away welfare, do you think that'll force the need for the black household to come back?
Yeah, you have to cut the money, but nobody's gonna do it. It's not the politically correct thing to do. You have to cut off welfare, and by welfare I mean unemployment also. That's welfare. When back in the day, when you couldn't find a job, you went to wherever the damn jobs was. My grandpa was from Mississippi. There were no jobs there. They moved to California, where the jobs was.
Right.
You have to go to where to work. People don't want to do nothing. They don't want to do shit. They want to sit at home. They want to collect the check. They don't want to be told nothing. They don't know, you can't tell me what to do. I'm a boy. I want to be a boy today. I want to go in the bathroom with little kids. You have to start there. But nobody's going to cut the money off, because who's going to do it? It's political suicide for somebody to even suggest that they do that. And some people don't really want to do that. They need us in chaos. And
that's the problem, because
we have to do something.
And there lies the problem, because our chaos has trickled down to the white family.
Yeah, because
that's passport bros aren't only bros. They aren't only black people. I found out there's white people doing this shit too, because they're sick of these white women.
Yeah, because they're getting that culture off of us. Yeah.
Yeah, getting that culture off of us. It's crazy.
That's exactly what it is.
So I agree.
I remember a joke that Richard Pryor, he was talking about, when he was doing cocaine and stuff.
I know that.
And he was saying that, nobody cared about cocaine when it was just in our neighborhood. Now there's an epidemic when it starts affecting other communities other than
Same
ours.
thing with the crack around the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, and that's what he was talking about. He was like, so next time you see some shit happening, do something about it.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting until now it's an epidemic because it's affecting your family.
So
nobody gave a damn when it's us.
Absolutely. So are we too far gone? Is this it?
I don't know. Shoot, I'm not in charge of shit.
I mean, at this point, the cutoff age for the bullshit to me, I would say be about 17, 18.
Yeah, man.
Shouldn't we be talking to those youngsters? Like my nieces, my nephews, we should be talking to them. Like, yo, look, you see them? He's 20 years old. He's a loser.
You got to get them before they get 17, because a lot of times these kids, man, by the time they're 17, they have like serious felonies on their records.
That's what I'm saying. The cutoff age is that age. I'm saying like anything lower than that.
I think
should we be like talking to them and saying, yo, you see these 21-year-olds? They fucked up.
I think, man, by maybe 10 or 12.
I'm with that.
Because, those kids, man, they don't have no soul. They'll kill you just as fast as look at you. At least the older person, they're like, well, they'll start feeling sorry for you. But some of these kids, man, they don't have no soul. It don't mean nothing for them to just shoot you. You look at them funny, and they don't know why they did it. They just did.
They just did it. There's no consequence.
And don't care, because they don't have no, to them they don't have no hope. I don't have no dad. I don't have no mom. Nobody loved me. I grew up in the foster system. I don't give a damn. I don't care. I'm a maniac. You know.
Yeah.
They have friends that are, if they're in gangs or drugs or whatever, they have friends friends are dying, getting killed and stuff, and they don't care.
So from this platform and moving forward, what could we do as a community to get the word out and speak out against the 16%, speak out against the women that pursue the 16%, and put them on full blast and saying, yo, look, you see these group of dumbass dudes, and you see these group of even dumbass fucking females, and these dumbass dudes and dumbass females are procreating a group of dumbass kids that we gotta watch.
Well,
and we gotta pay for. How do we fix it? What do we do? What do we do?
I think that you have to get people to accept responsibility for their part in the situation. But that's not going to be easy to do because everybody wants to blame. It's always somebody else's fault. So I don't know, until you can accept your part in the problem, you can't fix a problem if you don't acknowledge that it's a problem in the first place. I think Kevin Samuels was on to something. And I think probably he may do more in his death because I think it's brought a lot of awareness to the problem.
Yeah.
Than he could ever do when he was alive.
Let me say this. You know what I appreciate about that situation with when I first got turned on to Kevin Samuels, it was I have been seeing him a lot, and I said, "Who's this skinny dude?" He used to wear a bow tie, and I watched one of his videos, one of the old ones, and he was getting on this dude. And I said, "Oh shit, he's with me." I'm listening to it. I said, "Oh, it was funny. It was entertaining." But on top of that, he was giving that dude gems because that dude, I'm listening to him. So I'm like, "Who's a skinny nigga talking to his brother on the phone like he won't fuck him up probably?" But I'm listening to it, and I was like, "Oh man, that dude's underemployed. Oh man, you can't be underemployed living at your mom's house, expecting a chick to look like Beyonce."
No, you can't.
It don't work like that.
That's just unrealistic. That's too much playing video games and watching TV shows.
Yeah. See, now that dude was pointing the finger, and I'm like, nah. I said, okay, this young brother. I said, who's his brother, Kevin Samuels? I said, okay, all right. He did a good thing. It was funny. It was entertaining, but I said he did a good thing. And then, as his platform built, he upped his production, and I was watching the show, and that girl called in, and that was the viral, average at best. And some people got mad at him for that, but I said, no, y'all gotta go watch don't just watch the clip. Watch the show from the moment she called in and you'll understand. And he didn't even do anything wrong. That chick rated herself. They said, oh no, he's rating bitches. No, that bitch called in and demanded a rating. He wasn't even doing that day.
I saw that episode, and I didn't think that he was being harsh on her. I think people are just so sensitive.
They're oversensitive. Yeah, but here's the thing. Not to cut you off. Here's the thing. Here's the difference. Black women came for him in defense of this woman who was clearly in the wrong. They always do.
Because they always do.
But you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? White women stood by Donald Trump. Even after grabbing by the pussy. They said, you know what? We don't care. There's a bigger picture here. And that's what pissed me off. I'm like, man, why do my sisters don't see the big picture? Watch it from the beginning and understand that this man was pro-black marriage. He wanted to help the community. He saw the decline and he spoke on it. And while he was trying to do shows to bring awareness to what our problem is and try and come up with solutions to fix it, he was met with a lot of resistance from women that were just in their feelings. And a lot of dudes too.
Yeah, simps.
Simping ass dudes, man. My God.
I think a lot of people that were upset about the video, they didn't watch the whole video. They just saw the clip. They just saw that little, they didn't watch the whole show. I watched the whole show.
They never did. My wife, I was listening to him one day, and I looked, and she rolled her eyes. I said, "What?" She said, "He's very condescending." I said, "Look," because what it was I was watching a highlight video. It was like a 20-minute video of his best moments when he was like cracking on some girls, and it was funny. But I said, "Babe, no, this is not what he does. You if you just watch those, just try and don't watch highlight reels of him just getting into shit matches with these girls, because you're not going to understand what his show's about. That's not what his show. Pick any show and watch from beginning to end. It's about an hour and a half or 2 hour shows. Pick any one, and then it'll be going fine, and then that one chick will call in and want to challenge it, and he 100% shuts it down.
Well, I mean, because they'll be talking over him, and he said, "Look, listen, we're not gonna talk over. We're not gonna do that." And they just keep doing it. It keep repeating itself, and what's the point of going in circles with somebody?
It's ridiculous. They refer to him as misogynist. These are terms that are popping up all over social media. Misogynistic, toxic, all of these words, and these are just fancy words that these out of order women are using to justify their own idiotic behavior. Because when you really narrow it down, and I love those girls that call in, and they will call in and say shit like, "Oh, well, he'll ask him, why aren't you married to your boyfriend? You broke up, you had a baby with him. Why aren't you married to him?" "Oh, well, he was toxic. It just didn't work out. He was abusive." "Well, you wasn't abusive?" "No, well, we would argue." "Well, you didn't start any of those arguments." "Oh, well, yeah, he was kind of physical abusive." "Was there any police reports?" "Well, no." And then after he'll break it down by just asking questions, you find out that she's full of shit. And it happened several times on his show. Several times.
Well, you know what I mean? So they don't want to be responsible.
They don't. Now, why is it that for 3 years he was doing that to the men? He barely got any traction. Because if you go to his page and go all the way down when he first started doing it, he was talking to dudes for 3 years. He didn't get no traction. And the conversation he had with the dudes was worse. It was worse. I've heard him tell dudes, no. What makes you think you deserve a Janet Jackson looking woman, and you 400 pounds, 6'4", and you ain't working 2 years? And you mad at women for not wanting you, man? Get off my phone. Boom. I was like, oh shit. But that's true. But why is it that men could take that? But then that one little, the clip that he goes viral is average at best.
I think it's because she was looking so hurt when he, because she was looking so hurt.
Man,
but he said, "You know what? Let's do it." I said, "Uh-oh."
That's right. And you see, here's the thing. She said that she made over $100K a year. Yeah, and that's all great. But here's what women need to understand. Real men don't give a fuck about your money. And I told women all the time, the dude that cares about your money is willing to move up into your house and get on your program. That's not the man you want. Because he's going to take your shit. He's going to take your shit. He's going to be living under the fat of the land. And don't get it fucked up. He finds somebody else doing a little better than you, he's leaving you. He will leave you. You understand? And you see, that's another thing that the government did. And that's what that's where Kevin Samuels lost a lot of the women. They didn't understand when he said, "Yo, y'all chose y'all education over y'all man in the house." He wasn't saying that education was bad. He was saying that y'all get the education, all right? Y'all go to school more than the black man, but y'all also have more student debt. Yeah, and the type of education that black women are getting isn't productive to moving society. It's not. Yeah, y'all are not getting
those social science degrees.
Social sciences, man, that don't build buildings. That doesn't fix
something you need to have
computers and shit. It's nothing.
Yeah.
You're getting a job that you can sit on the couch and talk to people all day. That doesn't move society. We need to build shit. You understand? We need rockets and shit. We need to find out how to grow food in other places and shit. So come on, what the fuck is all that? So y'all go to school the most, but y'all aren't the most educated. And then for those of you that do make a high six figures, let's say a chick lands a gig, and her career is granting her $120,000 a year. 9 times out of 10, you talk to that woman, you say, well, could you date a man that makes $60,000 a year? He could be a good dude, really good looking, but his top pay at his job is $65,000 a year. Can you date him? A lot of those chicks would be like, no. Why?
Or they would say, well, yeah, because he's gonna make more than that. Because I'm gonna get him. We're gonna start a business, and we're gonna do
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, what if he's okay where he is? Like, I'm a single guy. My credit's under control. I have a car. I have my own condo. I'm gonna retire in 11 years. This $65,000 is good in the state I'm living in. I'm fine. But when she marries him, he's going to have to step his game up to get on her program. No, maybe he's fine where he is. This chick wants to come in with all her money and change him. If he's not willing to conform to her, she looks down on him. And that's what happened in our community. Are y'all paying attention? And this is what Kevin Samuels was talking about. This is what he was talking about. He was talking about what happened and how do we fix it. And his show would get interrupted with some crazy chick coming in there trying to out-talk, slick talk, back talk. And then he had to put him in place. That's why I tell chicks, don't watch the highlights of the funny shit. Pick a show, read the title, get offended, and watch it. And just watch it. You will understand. There's a lot of women that thank him for that. There's a lot of women that call up and say, yo, look, I heard a lot about you. I didn't like you at first, but then as I've been listening to you for the past couple of weeks, I get it now. My wife rolled her eyes because I was laughing at the highlight reels of him from the Instagram shit. Those shits is funny. And I said, babe, you can't judge this man. You ain't watch a whole show. I said, these are clips of the funny shit from his show. But pick a show, watch it, and you'll understand.
Yeah, I like him because he reminds me of my dad. Because my dad was like that. He just tell it like, he was, and people be, oh, that was rough,
You know what people don't know? People don't know that he got a lot of people married.
Yeah.
A lot of people in his Facebook group. I was never in it, of course, but I heard a lot of great things about that. This brother, Dennis Sperling, found his wife through that group. The lead attorney. I mean, he ain't found a significant other, but these are the connections he's made. Mediocre tutorials. These are the connections he's made. O'Shea Duke Jackson. All of these guys. And what Kevin Samuels has done is in his passing, he's given men a voice. We didn't know. A lot of us didn't know what the problem was. And then when he started talking and then referring us to the facts, the data, the statistics, it armed people to have a conversation. And the only thing women could do right now is call names. We're saying, look, it's in black and white. What's going on here? You're misogynistic. They're canceling people. We're going to turn around and I'm not going to be able to have these conversations because I'm going to offend some. It's probably going to be that Rose Bloom chick. Cancel Drew because all he does is talk down on women. Am I talking down on women, or am I bringing up family and trying to come to a fucking solution? Because I don't know what's happening. I do know it's fucked up, and I do know what the problem is. And the people that have the biggest problem with us talking about it are the people with the fucking problems.
Yeah, so she should have came on the show and then explained what her problem was.
Yeah.
If you don't agree with something, come on and just say what it is. I don't agree with that, and then maybe we could see from your side what
she's a coward. She's a coward.
Yeah. Well,
she's a coward. I wouldn't have screamed and cursed at her. I'd have been just like, yo, shoot your shit. But when you come talk to me, bring links saying, yo, look, no, you're wrong about black men and black men do this. And I have a statistic and a fact and I have data to back it all up. And we can have a conversation. We definitely can. But what she did was she came in handy. She did what we call drive-bys. Fuck you.
Yeah,
and they kept driving.
You know how some people have these shows and they just want to, they get somebody on there so they could, make an example. I mean, she might have been scared to come on because she was thinking, oh, he's just gonna, I'm gonna be nobody wants to be the average at best. You
Man,
know, they
listen,
don't want they don't want to be the person that causes you to go viral.
I wouldn't have made a fool of her. She'd have made a fool of herself. Because I already had questions for her. Because everything that I stand against in the black community, men and women, the first thing I said is, I bet you meet the criteria of at least half of that shit. I bet you're overweight. Because the first thing I say is, you're not going to come in here and not turn your camera on. I bet you're overweight. All right, that's number one. I bet you're not married, but you're going to tell me you have a boyfriend. I bet he's not considering marrying you. And if you are engaged, you probably have one of those 5-year engagements, like unnecessarily long. All right, if you have a kid, guess what? It's more than likely out of wedlock. And you're not married to the baby daddy, but you're probably still smashing. And I had a list of things that off the top of my big ass head, I'd have fucking asked her. Because then it'll lead up to, okay, if you meet the criteria of everything that I said is a problem within our community, just with the women now, because we're talking about the women on that day, then why are you mad at me for discussing the truth? Your thoughts. And I'd have muted my mic. And she'd have sounded like a child. Oh, well, you're not supposed to say that, and black women are queens. No, y'all not. A lot of y'all are not queens. It's like the 60% aren't real fucking black kings. They're assholes.
Yeah, and Pookies and Ray Rays.
Yeah, the Pookies and Ray Rays. I don't justify anything the Pookies and Ray Rays do. Fuck those dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? They made it hard for me before I figured it out what they were doing. Because when I was coming up, I had to work a little harder to get a chick. But some of my friends, they were light-skinned or had green eyes. They had an attribute that chicks liked, whatever the year that was, whether it was Al. I grew up in the Al B. Short era.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? When the light-skinned nigga was in, I came up the Tretch era, where you had to have cornrows and be dark-skinned and look a little hood.
Yeah.
I grew up in the Onyx era. You had to have a shaved head. And when I got to the point where it's like, you know what? Wait a minute. Women are deciding what sexy is. Okay? Fuck that. Fuck Albie Shore with his unibrow. I could never be him. I could never be Onyx. I could never be Tretch. Well, I had long hair once upon a time, but I said, no. No. I'm going to be the best me that I can be. And fuck everything else. And the less fucks I gave, I noticed the more attention I got. I said, let me hit this gym and lift a little more weights. Hey, I'm getting taller. I grew 3 inches over a summer. You know what I'm saying? I say, nah, you know what? Fuck everything. They used to call me Secret Squirrel. Yeah, what's up with Big Man? Why you so quiet? I don't know. What's up with you? I'm chilling. The more I act disinterested, the more curious they became. I said, oh, this shit is working. the reality is, it wasn't shtick. I really didn't give a fuck. I really didn't care. I really didn't care. If you like me, you didn't. Now, I did wild out, and a few chicks that I really liked that ended up in the borough of Brooklyn, putting my life on the line, where I had no business over there. But, you know, you young and you grow up, and, you know, I got to the point where it's like, you know what? I'm not conforming. You see, I'm not conforming. Women decide what's good and what's not. That's why I say y'all are the backbone of our society. Y'all are. But if y'all not in the homes to oversee shit, what do we have? Nothing. That's what we're saying. We need y'all. Because of this behavior, we have a group of men saying we're getting their passports and we're getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I think that's a cop out, because it ain't that many. I think it's about I don't know what the percentage is of it's
small. It's small right now.
They can't. Why is it that you have 16% of the dudes that are in the category of being a Pookie and a Ray Ray, and then there's probably an equal number of the females. They have the loudest voices. Is why people think that that's what it is. They have the loudest voices. There's other people that, you know, we're not out there. I'm not on TikTok. You know, I'm only having Instagram is because the family's on Instagram. You know, I just now got an Instagram, last month?
Yeah, you know what? I think it's a small percentage, but if this doesn't change, the percentage is going to grow at a rapid rate.
I
Because
agree, but remember, Drew, now the women are in control of the access to sex, but men control
access to
marriage.
relationships.
Yeah. So it is a man's decision whether or not he's going to be married or not. So if the marriage numbers are down, why is that? Because men control marriage.
Well, the marriage is down because, like I said, women, I believe, outnumber men 8-1. I believe that's the number. I could be wrong.
Okay,
And,
so then there's plenty of women then.
Well,
in that case.
there's plenty of women, but like I said, those plenty of women are arguing and fighting over the 16%.
Now, they all ain't arguing. The 16% are fighting over the 16%.
Well, here's the
or
thing.
whatever percent it is, 20. Let's say 20.
Yeah,
since it's more
women outnumber men 8-1.
Yeah, so let's say
and
the 18% are fighting over that 16.
Well, the women are spitting out the kids out of wedlock, and also what's happening is some of those women are reformed at 30 plus years old. I done spit out a couple of kids. I've learned my lesson, and now I'm ready to be a wife. And that 84% is like, yeah, that's good. That's cool in the gang. But you know what? I want a fresh pair of ovaries. I ain't doing that shit.
Well, I mean, you have some single women out here that don't have any kids. We have
Nah, Shauna. She said the Pookies are with the Shananes. That's not always true. Because how do you factor in? It's funny. How do you factor in the women that swear, oh, he wasn't acting like that when I met him. Now he's acting like a totally different person.
I don't know. When I watch these parental court shows, them people belong together. You almost never see people coming from a good
dysfunction.
Exactly.
I agree.
So
I agree.
I don't know. I will agree. I will agree that Kevin Samuels, he was not really addressing them. I think he was more talking to these professional women. These I don't want to say feminists, but they're professional women that went to school and they put their career. Their career was more important to them than having family was. And
now, Shauna, it's more than 16% of women that are with this fuck shit. The numbers are lopsided. Because if the numbers wasn't lopsided, you wouldn't have that small percentage of dudes holding ass and going to different countries. They're striking out. And you know why?
Dudes,
They're striking out with regular women. You know why? Okay. The same reason why I played that clip with what's his name? God, Steve Harvey. That fine sister, the lawyer. She said, I want to be a single parent.
Okay, that's
and she had both parents in her house. So what made her want to do that?
Category. That's that feminist shit, man. That's a different category.
And that's my point. That a feminist doesn't have to be a shenane. A feminist could have a degree. She could be a doctor, a lawyer.
The shenanes are shenanes. That's right. That's those hood.
A shenane is not even a feminist. She's just an idiot.
No, yeah, she's not. Yeah, she's just a.
Or
as what O'Shea Jackson would call them, Pookeishas.
Pookeishas, right? Now I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about there's a lot of women.
They're not the same thing as the professional woman. Like a lot of these professional women making six figures that put their career, and somehow they have kids. Some of them have kids, and now they want, they're looking for a man that's making six figures and they have kids. That's a different category from those ratchet women that be on the court show.
That's my point. There's a lot of women that are educated academically. They do have their own money, and that's fine. But they are also looking down on some of those guys in that 84% category, whether it be because they're too short, they're too fat, or they don't make the same or close to the same amount of money as they do. Remember, Kevin Samuels has asked these women, okay, you make how much? Oh, I make $92,000 a year. So could you date a guy who's a good guy, but he makes 52,000.
I
And they've
could.
said they don't do. They said they couldn't do it, and I don't understand what the fuck that is.
They said they couldn't do it, and then they said, well, and then you get some of them saying, well, as long as he could take care of his stuff,
Yeah,
'cause
man. I mean, and they don't even understand what they're saying. And so you see, those aren't the Keishas and Shananes.
right.
Those are just the modern
Wait a
women.
minute. Now I think there's a bigger percentage of them. There's
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
there's more. I don't know. I don't think it's as much as 40%. I mean, because the thing is to go to college. That's the thing that they're pushing on everybody. Oh, you get out, you're not shit unless you go to college. I disagree with that. I don't have a college degree. I make a lot of money a year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I don't think that you just because you're not nobody if you don't go to school. I think
Right.
that that's what they're pushing on. They're pushing that on
Yeah.
people that
But
oh,
the numbers,
you got to go to school.
the numbers make sense. The numbers add up. I don't know exactly what the number is, but the modern woman. When we say modern woman, I can exclude the project bitches.
Okay, exclude them. Yeah.
I can exclude them. But the modern women
Who should
that are
know
doing-
better?
they're doing well for themselves, but they're not into this family thing. They're not into it.
That's because they've been indoctrinated by the teachings in the school system.
And that's all that Kevin Samuels was saying. That's all he was saying. But who are we? But I think it's a work in progress. We gotta figure out something and spread the word.
I don't know how to get to them. I mean, because a lot of them they figure it out, but like you said, when it's too late, when they get into their late 30s and 40s, after they've had some kids, I think the best thing for them is to try to work it out with the dad of those kids.
Work it out with the dad of those kids, and you see, somehow, some way, as great as a show this is, there will be somebody that'll watch this and say that this was I don't know, it was toxic, it was misogynistic, and they'll talk about you and they'll talk about me and
whatever. I'll be a pick-me. I'm not a pick-me.
I mean, come on, man. We trying to help.
Yeah.
I talk about all of this stuff because I'm trying to help. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? What is trying to say? There are some women that want to be that want to be mothers that are older, that make money, and they are picking out of the DNA looks for their kid.
Yeah,
look,
that's true.
People are bugged out, man.
But
we fucked up, man. But I gotta go to my kids'
She ended up finding a husband. She had a child. She went to school. She's a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And once she became a doctor, then she wanted to have a child. She went out of order.
Totally
out of order. She had her
order.
child. Yeah, so she had her child, and then she had to, because she's a professional woman, she had to get a nanny. And now she ended up getting a husband, but he does. I think he's a police officer or something.
Mm-hmm.
So she was complaining about the same thing, but she ended up going with a guy that made less than her, and I guess it's not a problem because they're still married. So it's been at least 5 years now. But her son is a teenager now, and I don't know if that guy has any kids or not, but she's too old to have any more kids. So he didn't get any of his own from her. I don't know. I just think that that people stress their careers. I mean, and you should. I mean, if you're not dating anybody, you should work on your career if you're not doing nothing. But I think that once you start dating with intention, then you have to make a decision, much like some of these other women do in medical school. They never finish medical school because they end up meeting their husband while they're in school, and they just quit, and they get married and they become wives or whatever. but
Sister
we're not
Shahrazad,
gonna do that.
Sister Shahrazad said, white women go to college to find their husband. Black women go to college so that to prove that they don't need a husband.
Oh wow, that is
That's
profound.
what she said.
That's profound.
I was like, oh shit. And then, but look at where we at now. I'm like, woof.
True.
Uh-oh.
Wow, man,
that's crazy.
True.
That's true. I don't need no man.
I mean, I think that women feel like that they, some of these dudes are just trash, and they're like, well, I got to be able to take care of myself, and I can't. They don't want to be in a vulnerable position. So if they go to school and they get an education, then they don't have to depend on the man to do whatever it is that they need him to do. But that's in your selection is wrong.
Your selection is wrong.
Yeah,
exactly.
you have to. I tell my daughter this. You should have picked better. If you're having a problem with your husband, you got to pick better. You picked him, and you knew he had issues. That you picked him anyway. So you got to just live with your choice.
Yeah.
So that's why. I mean, but that's why they want to prevent. They probably had a bad relationship early in the. And they say, you know what? I'm not gonna go through that again. I'm gonna have my own shit, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm gonna get me a good job, and I can do all these things I want to do, and I don't have to worry about him if he won't do it, or if I can't find anybody. So she's absolutely right with that. But you just have to, you have to just keep looking instead of going over to the other countries like these dudes that have just copped out. I guarantee you that guy that he has his own channel, I guess that he's leading these dudes and
Dave
telling them how to that dude. I wonder how many women he's actually even dated.
I don't know. Well, we can ask him.
Before he decided that he was.
He's gonna be on the show soon. He'll be on the show soon.
Okay, I would like to know, because I bet you he's probably thinking, oh well, every woman I meet, they're doing this. Where are you meeting them?
Well, he in Chicago.
Well, there you go. Okay.
And, but I understand
get out of
what he's doing is he's showing these men that A, you don't have to stay here and take this abuse, because it's abuse at this point, and B, for a long time, even me, when I was younger, I'm thinking to travel around the world, you need to be like, it'll cost you like $10,000. No, it's not. He's showing them how to travel cheap, safe, and there's a world out there other than one state over. Going away for the summer when I was younger, where'd you go? I went to South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia. We all got family in the South. But no, where'd you go? I needed my passport to go somewhere. You understand? I need to see the world. He's saying that there's a world beyond the walls of where you grew up. So I get what he's saying. It's on top of that.
I agree with that. I agree with that. But I think it's a cop-out to say, oh, we can't find any women. You're not looking. Because I'm like, where are they looking? I'm like, these guys are having all these problems with these women. Where y'all looking?
Well, when these men are like close to my age, I'm really not going to question it.
Well, they going outside their little circle, because you remember the Pineapple Show, the kid on the Pineapple Show, and you see what happened after that, right?
Yeah,
there's a call looking for this guy.
Yeah,
and then turns out he was just trolling anyway.
Yeah, he was.
He had a girlfriend.
He was, but what was great about that was that woman, her reaction still stood.
Yeah.
And it was still a lesson. I was like, ooh, that was kind of like, in my opinion, it was bad on her end. But I understand this thing with the passports. Like, for instance, let's say you have a 25-year-old. We live in a microwave society. They have access. It's not like when we was growing up. They have access to shit faster. So that with a click of a button, they could talk to people on whatever the fuck what is it? WhatsApp, and
FaceTime.
you can actually see the person you're talking to. We're like, this shit was Star Trek to me back in the day. I never thought we'd be here, like doing this, you know. And now they can actually have conversations, and they can over a few days or months, and they can decide, yo, look, this person ain't for me. You can go on several dates, and like people from different states. What I'm saying is, a majority of them.
You can still get catfish doing that, though.
Oh yeah. You can still get catfish, but the thing is, with the catfishing and everything else, there is something that I'm saying, that these brothers are saying, yo, look, I'm tired. I've searched. I'm a good dude. Look at my resume. No drugs, no criminal record. I make money, and I keep meeting these women that are just not on my level. And I'm trying to procreate, and I'm a good dude. And you know something? I've dated here, I've dated here, I've dated here, I've dated here. What's happening? You know what? Maybe a wife from out the country might be an option.
Well, I mean, they've been doing mail order brides for years, so okay.
Yeah, see, here's the difference. They're going over there. That's all that is. They're not. Mail order brides was so difficult. You have to write to them and send a picture. No, we're in a now society. Click of a button. Hey, oh shit, she ugly, out of here. You know what I'm saying? Now they're literally getting a group together and going out of the country and explore the other options. And what I'm saying is, before that becomes the norm, because right now, an S-curve.
Yeah.
But once an idea becomes at 10% market value, it's over. That means everybody's going to start doing it. And I don't want that to happen.
I don't either.
So what I want the women to do and these men to do, first of all, fuck the 16%, ignore them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Fuck those guys. But women need to, the women that claim that they're good women, sit down at the table and say, yo, look, we don't want that. The country's collapsing because the family's collapsing. What can we do to fix this? Women need to stop being so sensitive about fucking words like submission. What the fuck? So what? Read the fucking vows. If you're mad about submission, those vows should really piss you off. You understand? But women want to be married, but you don't want to take those vows. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
You don't want. We're not saying to be home barefoot and pregnant, but you see, all of this shit, the government enabled, social media is enabling you guys. I just saw this rapper bitch talking about delete. You gotta be careful. Delete if you're pregnant with a black male baby. Delete the pregnancy.
What?
Yeah, let me get this chick's name so you know what her name is. A female rapper is, what's her name?
People just be trying to be just as ridiculous.
I forgot her name, but go to O'Shea Duke Jackson's show. Female rappers are now telling black women to delete their children from black men.
That's ridiculous. That just doesn't make any sense.
And this is what we're dealing with. So when you have women like that with a big old megaphone, because it's not all women, but those are the women with the megaphone and rapping and got everyone twerking on top of cars on speeding the highways. And when the man says, yo, don't do that, we get attacked and being called misogynistic. A black man opens up a restaurant and black women get up and start twerking in there. It's like, whoa. I didn't start this place for that. And then the women got on his case. So with all of these things, and here's the other thing: 80% of black women are overweight. And what's the problem with a man saying, "Yo, look, I would like a woman that's in shape, a fresh pair of ovaries, and can she be in shape at least?" Oh, you hate your mother. Oh, you might be gay. I'm a queen regardless. Accept me for who I am and what I am. That's not
Yeah, we're
fair
trying to.
to a good dude. Why doesn't a good dude, a black man on this country, why doesn't he have options? Why isn't he allowed to have options? So when men are met with that resistance in abundance, I don't blame them for grabbing passports and exploring options in other countries. I don't blame them at all. The battle lines have been drawn, man. It's crazy, man. Yeah, Paul, Cynthia G. You watch her show as of late?
That lady's crazy.
She turned it. Listen, her and Kevin Samuels had it out. He body bagged her. He did. Then she came back and tried to question his integrity. Or why are you divorced? That's stupid. Why are you worried about what he's doing or what he's done? Tell him that his information is wrong. Maybe he walked away from his marriage. You don't know what his shit was. Well, he explained it, but you got to follow him to understand what that was. What he did say is being a stepfather is a thankless job. That's what he did say.
That's probably true.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's a thankless job. And my thing is this: point out where his information has been wrong and hasn't been. And now the man's in his grave. And you know what I notice about a lot of these women, especially Cynthia G? Well, Cynthia G, she's a crab. But Kendra G, I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Kendra G's talking about a delete black boys. If you're pregnant with a black boy, delete it. But Kendra G, when she got into it with Kevin Samuels, all right, I'm watching her show because I'm subscribed to her, and I notice a lot of the things that she's doing, it's spun right off of Kendra G. When Kevin Samuels, when he get those girls in there talking that crap, people like, all right, well, how tall are you? Dress size? How much you weighed the last time you weighed yourself? On a scale of 1 to 10, you can't use 7. What do you rate yourself fresh face out the shower? You know what that sounds like? Kendra Cam.
Yeah, that's exactly
that sounds just like Kendra Cam. You know what I'm saying? Shauna says, forget body shame, and most of America are men and overweight. Do you know the again, this isn't fair. I didn't make the rules, but overweight men is a lot different from overweight women, Shauna. All right. And the reality is, and you're not gonna like this, y'all gotta look good for your husband. It's not the other way around. Because there are a load of women that'll put up with an overweight man as long as he's providing and doing his duties as a man. Evidence of that on a TV show called The Honeymooners. That show couldn't exist today. A big old fat bus driver with a beautiful wife. That was slim. That couldn't exist today because everyone will look at her like, "Oh, girl, what are you doing?" I'd rather be with the broke hood dude if he got a big chest, looking like The Rock.
Well,
that was America back then. That was America. Now you might not like it, but that was just what it was. But check this out. We're visual, right?
Yep.
So if you're home all day and you don't have any kids, why aren't you fit? You understand? The average woman back then was around Alice Cramden's size.
Yeah.
Okay. The average woman today is overweight. They're knocking on 200 pounds. And that's women nationwide. But black women, 80% of black women are overweight. Come on now.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And so I don't call it body shaming. It's a reality. It's not shame, it's reality. And that's what we said earlier. There's no shame. There's no shame. Big Mama back in the day used to say, yo, look, girl, you're getting a little heavy now. You don't want to you're getting a little heavy now. Don't get heavy. See, and that's what I'm saying. Women aren't competing.
Well,
it's like, yo, you have to look a certain way because you want a man to court you, a quality man to court you. You have to look good. Now women are walking around today, they don't give a fuck because they've been fed this bullshit that no matter what, they're queens. And that's just not the case.
Yeah, well, I think with Kevin Samuels, like he was saying, he was going off of the ideal body weight. That thing is just not realistic. It's just
No, no,
not.
no,
A lot of them people.
it's not. I, I, I don't agree with that. It was very real. It was very real.
Oh, come on.
And the perfect thing he also used to say was, look at the Soul Train back in the 70s and 80s. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
The
Okay.
BMI, everyone's BMI might be a little different, but Queen,
We
I'm
are
outside every
athletic.
day. I see these girls getting on the bus looking like fucking mammoths. There's no excuse for that. And these are high school kids. There was like, maybe when I was a kid, there was like one or two chicks that looked like that. Now it's every other chick. And it's like, what the fuck is going on here? There's no self-control. Eat a vegetable. Everyone's eating Takis and McDonald's every day. Doritos every day.
Yeah, but like the ideal body weight, the standard was not really based off of us because for one, I'm just gonna use the military for example. The military, it's based off of your height and your age, and it'll tell you how much you're supposed to weigh. Now for me, I'm 5'2", so I'm supposed to weigh max 152 pounds. Now I'm not gonna say that because most people will say, "Oh, I haven't weighed that since high school." I can say that I was well into my adult years. I didn't start gaining weight until I was old. But if I got down to that, I would look like a crackhead.
Wait a minute.
I remember when I started gaining weight, I started getting more men looking at me because I went from being really skinny to looking athletic.
How much weight, on average, how much weight does a woman gain after she gives birth?
They usually gain about, I didn't gain nothing but like 20, 30 pounds, but most of them gain
So
like
if you're
60,
5'4",
70 pounds.
okay, so if you're 5'4", and you already weigh 200 pounds, because that's what I see in the street every day. If you're 5'4", and you already weigh 200 pounds, and then you get pregnant, and then you balloon up to 230 pounds, 225 pounds, 220 pounds, then what?
If you're a young woman, you need to get that weight off. You need to
Why? Why?
Because you're a young woman. If you're a young woman, there ain't no excuse to be, if you don't have no kids, you don't have no excuse.
But you want to get the weight off because you want to be healthy, right?
Yeah. You don't
okay,
want
so
to.
80% of black women are overweight. They're not healthy. That's all I'm saying.
They're eating a lot of fast food and stuff.
Yeah, they eat all this bullshit. And this is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Back to the family.
what? Yeah, but what
everything goes back to the family.
What did Kevin Samuels always say? Fit, feminine, friendly, submissive.
I think the friendly is the issue too.
The friendly is the issue. And the fit, that 80% of overweight, the fit is the major problem. That's a problem. Now, a man could like a chubby. He see, this is what I'm saying. There's a standard, and then there's a preference. There's a lot of men that are chubby chasers. I just saw what Shawa said. There's a lot of men that marry fat bitches. And there's a lot of slim bitches that married a bunch of fat niggas. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. But what we're talking about is being healthy. And men are visual. And if you want to be married, these are the things that men look for. And that's what he was saying. He wasn't talking about, because women get on there and say all the time, I got men in my DM all the time. Yeah, they might want to fuck you, but do they want to marry you?
Yeah, That was the difference. I agree with that.
So,
you need to put the effort in. You should put in the effort in to be healthy.
Yeah, and that's what it is. That's what he said. On average, you gain about 20 pounds. So if you already 30 pounds overweight, and then you spit a kid out, you're going to be 50 pounds overweight, possibly. Yeah. So if this man is taking care of you, and you're home all day, taking care of the kid or whatever you do, the kids in school, after you do what you need to do in the house, go to the gym for a couple of hours. Then come home and cook or whatever you do, whatever you need to do. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So these are the things that he spoke about. You know what I'm
Well, I mean,
saying?
I agree with some of the stuff he said. Well, most of the stuff he said. Most of the stuff.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
absolutely agree.
Yeah, showing us talking about GMOs and hormones and shit. Listen. I was almost 400 pounds. Okay. You just have to put the shit down and do something about it. That's all.
Yeah.
Now, look, Shauna. I know we can't compare women's hormones to men's. We all lose weight different. I know, but my thing is the effort, and there's no effort today in being healthy. You can tell us we're gay, we hate our mothers and hate women, but guess what? You know what don't discriminate? Strokes and heart attacks.
That's true.
That don't discriminate. So you could tell us fuck off. We're not doing this for you. Fine. When your doctor, are you going to tell your doctor, yo, listen, you got high blood pressure and you're pre-diabetic, and you've gained 50 pounds since last year, your last physical. Yeah. Are you going to tell your doctor he hates his mother and he hates black women?
No, he's just going to be non-compliant. That's all.
No, you're just going to say, okay, he's like, I'm gonna prescribe to you another pill now.
Yeah,
but if you don't lose weight, you're going to die. So never mind getting a husband to court you. Never mind that shit. How about save your life? How about that? Do it for your health. If you don't want to do it for a man, because y'all don't want to do shit for us anyway. Because y'all don't like us.
No, we like you.
I did a story. I did a show about that.
Like
do y'all even like us? Because
yes,
every time I turn around, there's some shit being said.
Yes, we do.
And see, what I'm saying is, all that's these passport bros, all they're seeing is negative.
They need to stay off of TikTok.
They've complied. They say, yo, look, we out of here, man. We out of here. This is a sad state of affairs, man.
Yeah. Luckily for us, that ain't very many men. That's less than 1% of 1% of 1%. It ain't that many of those dudes. Because you're not gonna be able to convince them or anything. So
but around this time next year, I bet you it'll be double unless something is done.
I agree.
Unless you know what needs to be done. You know what needs to be done? Something needs to happen in social media. Like what's his name? That they canceled the fuck out of? What's his name?
Ari, you talking about the dude that caught what's the name of a poop emoji?
No, the bald-headed brother. They canceled the fuck out of him, but he's on Rumble now.
The one that was cheating on his wife. The
white guy from the former kickboxer.
Oh no, the one that killed. No, the one that shot at the No, I don't know.
Andrew Tate. That's who that is. Andrew Tate. Well, something will have to happen. Like he'll have to get his shit brought back because TikTok says if you're misogynistic, you will be canceled. And YouTube fell through, and Instagram canceled him. He lost millions. But you know what? He's on Rumble right now. His message stands clear. And I'm gonna tell you this much: something will have to happen. Like he'll have to be let back on social media, and someone have to apologize to him because you know what? There's more women talking worse shit than they thought he was talking. There's women out here. I just told you. There's rappers out here talking about kill your fetuses if it's a black boy.
That's just ridiculous. That's just somebody being ridiculous.
Come on, but it's plain. It's plain. And it's okay. And these women that do that, they're unfiltered.
Well, somebody probably hasn't complained. They need to.
We have complained. Osei Duke Jackson got so many views on that video. And he's not the only person talking about it. Why are they not canceled? I don't even bother with TikTok because everyone has told me, there's like, no. Every other clip on TikTok is some chick complaining about a dude, and they're all crazy. They all talking. You can see their whole pupil. Yeah, because you know, girl, men and da-da-da. I'm like, whoa, I've seen some of this shit. Like, what's wrong with this girl? Her wig is tight, her nails are long, and they're talking in shtick. Oh, I tell my daughter she got to have her own house. Boom. She got to have her own car, and she don't need no man. Meanwhile, you ain't got no man with your blue fucking hair. If I was dating your daughter and came home and met you talking like that with blue in your hair like a fucking cartoon, where's the door? I'm out of here.
Yeah,
that's your mom? Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Nope. My God. What is Shauna saying? There's plenty of people who go to the gym that you would say they don't. Listen, change what you ingest. Change what you ingest. Get a personal trainer. Take 12 months and commit to yourself. Go to a mostly plant-based diet. Lift weights. Do some cardio. And you will see change. That's it. What I'm saying is there's no excuse and there's no filter when I'm seeing chicks walking around here looking like George Foreman in drag. Wow. The old George Foreman. When he made his return to the ring in drag. And I'm like, that's a big bitch. What the fuck? There's multiple. I'm like, why are they so big and they don't have no children? Talking loud, obnoxious. No one's checking them. Now they're loud on the bus, and the young man is just sitting in the corner. They're on their phones. They're talking about the Steph Curry and how many threes he can hit. And these chicks are loud, belligerent, talking, telling other people to suck their dick on a public bus. These are 15-year-old kids. Looking fat, blotches on the face. Who's raising them? Not their dads. Yeah. Not their dads.
Or maybe nobody if they're in foster care.
Hey. All I know is that about 5 years, they're going to be grown women.
Yeah.
And with that attitude, what man is going to look at that and say, yo, look, I want to make that my wife? Think about it. Think about it.
Well, you got to pick, so don't pick them.
Shawa says there's plenty of big vegans. What do you mean big?
Yeah,
I know a bodybuilder that's a big vegan.
I know.
And here's the bottom line. Look. That's why I'm gonna get Hardbody JT on this show also to shut this shit down. Listen. The average caloric intake for a man is 2,000 calories. There's no fucking way you gain weight if you eat more. If you eat around 2,000 or below in a day, you cannot gain weight. In fact, if you're overweight, you will lose weight. The average caloric intake for a woman is about, I believe, 1,500 to 1,700 calories per day. Calories per day. There are such things as empty calories. Okay? Cucumbers, lettuce.
Yeah.
Okay? Salad with no white dressing. Just put some vinegar on it, apple cider vinegar, some pepper, some olive oil. Carbohydrates, cut that shit out. Get some blood work done and get your diet adjusted to what your blood work says. What I'm saying is, unless you got a serious gland disorder, there's no
most
fucking
people
way.
Don't.
No, most people don't. I'm big boned or it runs in my family. You know what happens with black people? I'm gonna tell you exactly what happens. Our diet, we're prone to getting things more than other ethnicities. For instance, rice was not in our diet. It was not in Africa. During the slave trade and everything else, we were introduced to foods that didn't grow on our continent. So we processed it differently. That's it. Just like white people, they're prone to get skin cancer before us because we have melanin in our skin. It's not impossible we can get it, but they'll get it before us if they fucking around in the sun all day. You understand? If you want to lose weight and you're serious about it, you can do it. But some people need extra help. That's why they go get the surgeries. That's why they go to counseling, because they have an eating disorder. That's just it. But once you get that under control and you follow your numbers and keep your caloric intake to where it's supposed to be, you gotta lose weight. Your body's just gonna be like, well, you're eating 2,000, or you eating no woman is gonna say, okay, I'm eating 1,700 calories a day. I'm still gonna be fat. Your body don't work that way. That is impossible. Show me 1 week, get on the scale, weigh yourself, and then eat only 1,700 calories in a 24-hour period. And then show me, and honestly, that you didn't lose weight. Go ahead. No, give me 2 weeks of that.
Yeah, I mean, if you have to, like, sugar and stuff. If you're insulin resistant, it might be hard to get weight off. I mean, but you have to fast, you know. And a lot of people can't do it. It's just not easy to do.
It's not. It's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard. But
not
you know
easy
what?
to
You know
do.
what snapped me out of it? When my primary care physician said, "Yo, listen, I can add you another pill, but you know what? If you don't change, yeah, you'll be dead in about 4 years." I was like, "Oh shit, what?" She said, "Yeah, you'll be dead in about 4 years." I was like, "Nah, okay, no, that's it. Gotta stop eating like I was 17 years old. Nope, change, just like
Yeah,
that."
some people can't do it though. Drew.
Yeah, some
Some
people
people
can't.
just
That's
really
why that's
stubborn.
what I'm saying. It's not easy. Some people need help. But the first thing
Yeah.
they have to do is stop making excuses saying, well, this guy could do it, and men are different, and women are different. We know that. Admit that you have a problem, and go get help. Go get a personal trainer. Get a dietitian. Motherfuckers spend money on everything else, the dumbest shit in the world. Get a personal trainer, get a dietitian, get some blood work done. Throw out everything in your refrigerator and shop and get the things that your dietitian tells you to do. Follow the program to a T and take your life serious. There's no fucking way you eating 1,700 calories a day and you're still overweight. No way.
And you
I
just have to
counted
start
calories because my
slow.
life depended on it. I counted calories, and when I felt I wanted to eat something, cucumbers and cucumber salad does not fail you.
If you like cucumbers.
If you like cucumbers, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, look, here's the point, because this is all relevant, y'all. Here's the point. Black family. Okay, I believe if we change how we eat, and this is another thing I want to say before I get out of here, because I got to go. You got to change the way we eat, and let's change the way we fucking dress. Look, I still throw on a do-rag when I go to the gym, but I'm going to the gym. I'm not walking around the street with this shit on my head. When I had that conversation with Sugar Hill, right hand of God, I came from the gym and Tay Jones called me and said, yo, Sugar's gonna be on Fred's show. I said, what? I turned around and I said, oh shit, there he is. I came in from the gym and just sat in front of my computer like this. I said, I ain't gonna call. Everyone was like, yo, Drew, call. I said, I ain't gonna call. Tay said, yo, I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna call. I'm gonna beam in. I said, all right, if you do it, I'm gonna do it. And he was on it for an hour before I beamed in. But I'm sitting there with that fucking camouflage do-rag on my head because I came from the gym. I don't just walk around the street like that. I don't just walk around the street like that. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes wear a button up. Wear some jeans with some shoes. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look crispy. Look the part. People will look at you different. People will respect you. Change how, broaden your vocabulary. Read the dictionary.
Facts.
Do that. You know what I'm saying? Hell, try and learn another language if you can. Change. How about this, y'all? Listen. I like jazz. I grew up in a household. Listen, I like a lot of shit. I like a lot of music y'all might not even know. Listen, I know the lyrics to a lot of James Taylor songs, and that's because of my mother. They were playing James Taylor. They play music in the lobbies of the buildings over here.
Mm-hmm.
So James Taylor was on, and I'm in this when I was young, and I'm sitting there with baggy Boss jeans and a bubble coat on, and I'm just, whenever I see your smiling face, because I love you. My friends looked at me like, what the fuck? I said, oh, nah, that's James Taylor. My mom's play him every day. Every day. I know, I don't even know the names of the songs, but when I hear it, I know the fucking words. I've been hearing it all my life since 1975. When he had long hair, now he's bald. You understand?
I think that's because we grew up in the 70s, and and I had to explain to my young friend that one of those Time Life infomercials came on with all the pop
Uh-huh.
and I think he's like, oh, every song that came on. Yeah, I mean, because
Yeah.
back then everybody listened to the same music.
Yeah, yeah. And let me add to this. Let me say this. That was another reason why Kevin Samuels did what he did. That man did his show in a suit every day because he was setting an example. Didn't he have something called Suit Fridays or Suit Saturdays or something? But he said every man, look, y'all should wear a suit at least one day out the week, even if you're not doing anything. Listen, we have to improve the way we eat. We have to improve the way we dress, so people will take us serious. Yeah. These rappers, these female rappers, talking crazy about black men, tune them out because they're not the majority. Ladies, that 16% that gives you all the attention, tune them out because they ain't shit. It's time for us to buckle down and find out how do we fix ourselves. And we got a lot of things in our way. Social media, this gay agenda, because that's what it is. And I saw a video, I'm gonna find it, of someone that was in that community who working in Hollywood who broke it down and said, yo, look, once I figured this was out, I couldn't be a part of this. And I can't find it, but it's probably not online anymore. I have it on my hard drive. I have to find it. It was crazy. So there's a lot of things where it's an attack on us, black people. It's an attack on masculinity. It's an attack on our children. And they've already fucked off our family, but we have the power to get it back. We just have to figure out what we need to do. And we could do it without tearing everybody else down. Look, you want to have your little community over there, whatever it is you do, fine, go ahead and do it. But we're going to work over here. Yeah, you want to identify as cat people over there? Fine, do that over there. We're going to do our shit over here. Okay, yeah, you're trying to tell us that, hey, man, we should accept how people look. Okay, but we're going to do it our way. I will never accept a boy going into a school and the teacher saying, yeah, it's okay for you to be free and wear a dress in here. That don't go like that.
Yeah, no.
If he's a little boy in my house and I'm raising him to be a man, that's what it is 100% of the time. And I'll be damned if I have some fucking teacher say, yeah, you could be a girl in here. No. You damn sure ain't no Christian telling me that bullshit. But anyway, that's my time, your queen. Much love, man. Thank you for showing up, man. I was waiting to get one of your sisters on here. Shara was on here first, but she had a bad connection, man. But man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man.
Oh, thank you for letting me on the panel. Hey, everybody in the chat. I can't see the chat because I'm on my phone.
Yeah, everyone's showing you love.
Everybody that's in there. Yeah.
No doubt, man. Much love, man. Yeah, we'll definitely do this again, man. Let me know when you're available, man. We'll definitely do this again. Definitely.
Okay, yeah.
Much love, man. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta get up early in the morning. All right, Queen. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, I'll go do some work.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Thanks, sis.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, this was dope, man. This was dope. But we got some work to do. I don't hate my sisters. I want what's best for them. I can't stand you 16%ers because y'all making the rest of us men look bad. Fuck y'all, man, for real, man. Y'all making it bad for us, man. But yeah, Philip deal with Suit Saturdays. Yes, sir. And I see your picture. Yes. Man, listen. Try and own at least 3 to 5 suits. Maybe I'll do a show on that. All right, I got 5. And I got just miscellaneous blazers and shit. I got kind of addicted. As I got older, I got addicted to buying suits. Because there's nothing better than going into a store and you trying on a blazer and you trying on a shirt, then you're looking at the ties. I got bow ties now, and I'm like, damn, I look good. And you know what happened? Real quick. I went out with some friends. And, I was the only person in shoes. and I had on black like it was black khaki pants, but you know that material, and I had on a nice button-up shirt, and they just had on t-shirts, and you know some had writing on it with some jeans. Nobody was bummy, but when we went to this lounge in Manhattan, we were just walking down the street. It was like, it looked like it's popping in here. Let's just go in here and just stop and just have a drink. And we just sitting there. Guess who got a majority of the attention? Me. I had white women approaching me. Hey, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. Somebody called the police? Oh my God, you're so funny. What's your name? You're so cute. Tell me, who do you used to play for? The Jets? The Giants? No. I drive a bus. You know what I mean? No, thank you. Have a good day. I'm patting bitches on the head now. Send them on their way. Yeah, I like you like a friend. Yeah, you're so cute. Wind up dog. You're so cute. Do a 180 turn. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to drink my pineapple juice. You know what I mean? Fuck out of here. Much love, man. Thank you, man. This show was dope. Damn, we ran 3 hours, man. Damn, that's crazy. I gotta get to bed. I gotta get up in the morning. I might be running a little late for the live tomorrow, because I gotta do something at the kids' school. Yes, I am an active Black father. I am involved, so I gotta get up early. But much love to everybody, and the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, or whatever. We ain't monetized yet, but that's coming soon, man. Like and share the video, man. You already know what time it is. Drew Titan Bronze on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. This is the Painful Excellence Podcast. Much love and appreciation, and I will catch y'all on the rebound.